0. We're at live.
I mean, I went at 1.
That's not good.
Chuck, we're live.
Oh, that's good. What's up, party
Something
people?
about party people. I don't know.
Welcome to tonight's episode of Sinner's Dream, where it's all dicks all the time, no matter what setting we're in, whether we're on or off stream.
Whether it's pushed in or out.
Because it's literally constant. At least today it is. So, let's just talk about our sponsors and get it over with, so that way we can go back to the dick talk. Tonight's episode is brought to you by Foundry, the best VTT out there. Self-hosted, beautiful lighting, fantastic walls, easy to use, incredibly modular. Do it all yourself. One person buys it, everybody connects to it. It's a great time. However, if you don't want to host it yourself or worry about firewalls and whatnot, you can go to Forge-VTT and use their hosting services. Best hosting service out there. They have their own bazaar, their own tiers that you can pay for storage. That way you don't have to keep it all on your machine. And 200 nodes across the world that everybody can connect to with little to no latency. It's pretty great. We have a lot of international games here. This one is now international since Eli is now a permanent member of our team.
I'm in Canada.
Exactly. So international works. We can say that, and it is correct.
Bullshit. Canada's not real.
Come up here and find out.
Wow.
We'll kill you with kindness.
My couch is open for surfing for anybody that wants to escape the clutches of America.
You just have to be able to shovel your way to it.
Tonight's music that I will likely be using comes from Michael Gelfi. Great ambiance if you want pretty much anything from My Misery to street traffic to, high mountain winds to the sewage that we heard last week.
Can we get JD's metalcore band from the 2000s on there? I heard he did Warped Tour.
I think if we might be able to talk to him about using some of this stuff for combat, but that's beside the point.
It didn't age well.
I use
a lot of it didn't,
Neither did you, so what are we talking about?
Damn. Midnight Syndicate is another. I'm 28. So what does that say about me? Midnight Syndicate is one of the other more orchestraic, darker sounds that I will use, like the song Twilight, or there are a couple others that I can't think of the name of off the top of my head. Go check them out. They are all over YouTube and Spotify. They've been used in haunted houses. They do all sorts of stuff with, they do open live orchestrate stuff. It's fantastic. Go check them out. Yeah, and there's a lot of others, but my brain is dead. So perhaps we should talk about dice, JD, before I absolutely lose.
Sure, I do also just want to be clear. It wasn't just my metalcore band from the 2000s. It was also Ryan's. And Ryan after that played a Juggalo Fest. Really want to get into
Juggalo Fest.
Yeah, whatever those are called. Yeah. So if you guys want some stories, head over to Discord. Ask Ryan about his time with the Juggalos.
Wow.
Anyways,
are all of Ryan's pants?
I'm just learning so much today.
Below the knee?
Hey Justin, I'm gonna need you to tell your brother to stop playing Assassin's Creed, because that was the slowest jump.
It was slow.
Oh really?
The punchline is Ryan's a very small, so all of his pants are 3 inches. Anyways, elf eggs, use them, spend them. Don't tuck them away. Don't hide them. Don't hide them inside. Pull them out where everyone can see them and spend them for 2,000. You can.
He's gonna die. He's gonna actually die.
I never break. This is gonna be a rough night. For 2,000, you can win dice. Every month, we give away a set of dice. This month, we're giving away the Da Vinci Sanctum dice from Dice Envy. If you want to help support the stream, you don't want to wait and see if you win the dice, go buy them yourself. I don't care.
Sanctum? I hardly know him.
See? Zing. Da-da. Buy me on Warped Tour. You can find the Da Vinci Sanctum dice at diceenvy.com. Use code NEG2 at checkout to save 10%. Back to you, Charles.
I need a radio recap, please.
Oh, we're there already? Feels like that happened very quickly.
Did we talk about Forge and Foundry? I must have missed
did.
that.
Yeah.
We're on Forge. Great. It's great. We
Honestly,
love it.
probably the best he's ever done.
Thank you.
That's probably why I
The
missed
better,
it.
brighter, self-polished apply the very same amount of heat-producing...
Never use the lotion. 50 cents for shaving cream, $1 for the lotion.
It's a deadly day in Kasmar. These brilliant minds made sure to dig up all sorts of information in the troll building. Thankfully, our new young friend was wise enough to clean himself up before the authorities arrived. Harold notably felt the tension when he and Wilhelm found a working arcana core. Mac felt the tension when he nearly died in sewage. Luckily, Renee was still alive. Hopefully, things will start to look up in a sinner's dream.
I'm just so concerned for all this like pushed in nonsense. Like I just
We're still on that?
So Adelaide, what all did the radio miss?
Like all of it, honestly. But it's fine. Really, mostly it was just a huge fight. We found a shitload of money for one, and a scroll of banishment, which is interesting. A magic foldy paper, which I have a theory about, but I theorize too much. We found a room full of books and a cobalt-powered machine with instruction manuals that are all written in Draconic. That's interesting. We we went into the sewers with a giant Odiug, whatever it's called. I valiantly rescued Mac and, frankly, Willem. I just saved the day that whole game. That's fine. And Pip regains his voices, by the way. He just had like a huge battle cry, screamo thing, and he can hear them again. So yay. And we rescued Renee. Called Grandma. She just showed up because she can do that as a dragon, apparently. And we have to go to the bank. But not today because Mac's not here.
I don't need to.
You know, you don't need to take him to the bank. Mac needs to take him to the bank.
Oh, Wilhelm is still very broke.
Great, fantastic.
That's it. That's all we did, yeah.
So, I'm going to do something that I haven't done in a few sessions since Mac is gone. I'm going to do what I call the character check-in. See how everybody's doing. Let's talk about this for a second. Huh? Dylan.
Yeah.
How's Pip doing?
A little frazzled.
You want to talk about it?
Well, exhausted. From all the combat, so that's always fun. Scared shitless of dragons. As they smashed a solid gold throne. Just one. Okay. It's a lot. Confused. Doesn't know why he's got to go to a bank. Thinks that maybe they're onto him for stealing some money. Okay. Yep. And mostly relieved because we were able to pick up Renee, which is nice. So I think Pip is just taking a moment to breathe.
I think that's what we're all going to be doing.
Yeah.
Is he worried about any one particular thing happening in the near future?
There's a little bit of worry about the whole crystal world thing, because things are starting to happen faster. Kind of situation.
Okay.
So I think that's where he's kind of leading.
Okay. What's something he thinks is very well handled right now? The silence speaks volumes.
Yeah, nothing.
Okay.
No one's got anything under lock and key.
Okay.
Honestly, Irvin's pretty nonchalant about being a lightning person now, so he's probably got that on lock.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Aye.
Harold,
Yes.
where are you at mentally right now?
Oh, in a bad place. No, Harold is, I mean, neurotic as always to a degree, but I think is most immediately rattled by the fact that someone was so close to home in harming someone that they knew. As far as like tracking Renee from the bookstore, from the brownstone, to somewhere else. Now, the person behind that is ostensibly, at least, very dead, which is nice. But just there's a little bit of a scare there, which further justifies him putting runes all over his fucking building, so that he can, make quick escapes using stuff that he and only a handful of other people know about. Has some interesting magic items to identify coming up, so that's something nice that he's looking forward to. Just in very short term, just being able to experiment with some stuff and see what it does and all that. Yeah, I think that's kind of in general where he's at right now. Shaken, not stirred.
Where's he at with Copper?
Ooh. There was a moment early on where there was the fact in general that Copper was the one doing the tracking from his place.
Yeah.
And could have divulged that information to someone very dangerous and very evil. And also the fact that they were involved with what was going on with Renee, whether they knew or not. And so I think there was a moment early on where it was like, you're a problem. You're not going to be helpful. But I think there has been a degree of like proven worth and proven, I don't want to say loyalty to a degree, but like, proven to not be like all bastard.
Sure.
And also it's hard to say that about a fucking kid, so.
How would he react if something similar were to happen, like, not necessarily in the near future, but like maybe a few months down the road and it happened to someone like, I don't know, his sister?
As far as like the whole tracking and kidnapping kind of thing, oh, he'd go fucking nuts. He'd go full what's his nuts? Bergani.
Would it be more lenient due to the reaction, due to this, like, the experience with Copper, or would it be more volatile?
Are you insinuating like that it would be a situation in which Copper puts someone
No,
in danger,
not Copper,
or just
not Copper
anyone in
specifically,
general
just
puts...
anybody who like found them for somebody else, who then came and took them and put them away somewhere else.
I think he would go to a very dark place and have some trouble coming out of that.
Okay.
If something were to happen to the one person in his family that he actually kind of cares about on a deeper level than blood.
Okay. What's his opinion of Bruce at the moment?
Here. There's a degree of, I don't know if it's jealousy, but because I don't think that's the right word. I don't think there's anything in terms, because Harold has spent significantly less time with everything involving Alhura, and I think at this point in his own mind, and a little bit in my mind too, has discovered a lot more in a shorter amount of time than Bruce has had to like deal with it. It's almost a matter of like, I'd be so much better at this than you, just move over and let me fucking do it. I think there's a level of that which kind of plays into his very kind of ego heavy intellect. Like,
Cool.
I'm the smartest person in the room no matter where I am, kind of thing.
It's good to know. Thank you. Kappa. 1, you're muted. 2, you had a lot going on in the past, like, 24 hours. Where's he at headspace-wise?
Overwhelmed. Primarily. This is, like, the most that's ever happened to Copper. Like, period. End of sentence. Like, not even in a 24-hour period. This is the most Copper has ever experienced. So it feels like a lot. I think he's more sort of like towing a bit of a weird line between being like more afraid and more on edge than maybe he's ever been. But also he's like starting to like, he's like, well, maybe I like these people a little bit, you know?
Yeah. Has anybody ever treated him this decently?
No. And he hasn't given a lot of people much opportunity to do that either.
Why do you think he gave an opportunity here?
I think he initially felt like he didn't have a choice. You know, like
Absolutely would have killed Copper.
I don't think he felt like he had a huge choice at first. Like his kind of curiosity got the best of him, and then once he was in there, he kind of had to like, you know, follow through with it.
Sorry. Okay. Do you think that there are people in his past that he probably glossed over that tried to do something similar? Like give him a chance at anything that he probably just was either too afraid of or too what kind of emotion would be there for him to just kind of gloss over something like that?
I think just like a general mistrust of the world around him. And I think that, yeah, I'm sure that there's people that, you know, he just kind of overlooked what was happening because he didn't realize maybe that was what was being extended to him. I'm sure that I'm very sure that, like, you know, this kind of opportunity has come up before and he hasn't taken it.
Recording in progress.
Okay. Do you think that because of the things happening, like the things that have happened in the 24 hours, would he be more open to people or still just as cautious with a bit more of a tone of concern? I don't have the right word for that.
I think he would, but I think that before any other new people were to be able to come into Copper's life, he would have to, you know, kind of see how this pans out, I guess.
That's fair.
He kind of wants to see how it goes for a little longer. He's having a good time tagging along with these people.
Okay.
even though he's been like terrified for his life for about half of that time at least. He is enjoying himself on some level. He feels like he's doing maybe like an extension of what he was doing before. It feels more exciting. And
Okay.
so he kind of feels pulled to like stick around.
Sure. Is he going to take the Finwilds up on their offer of a bed?
I think he will.
Okay. Cool. Thanks. That's a lot for me to process.
Okay.
Jason.
Who?
Wilhelm?
Jason's great.
Well, yeah.
Wilhelm, on the other hand, is not so good. I mean, I think he's okay.
You think?
It's sort of hard to think about, right? Wilhelm is a creature who has not much like, he's the older version of Pip and Kappa, both in that early stage, right? Where he grew up again as essentially a vagrant before he was taken care of by Tristan. That's how he got into Weathford Hole investigative service. And prior to that, he had never trusted anyone, had been mistreated his whole life, even by his spirit guide, as we've all seen. But but because of that, he likes order. He respects it, and everything is very chaotic. That's him all. So I think he is externally very focused, and perhaps a little angry. I think as Miss Veda described him. But I think inside he is just very lonely and sad, and at this point, he's trying to understand where he fits into everything.
Okay.
And just trying to do the right thing. And so many people around him right now are not. He knows Mac is lying to him. Mac has been his friend for a long time. Mac is just lying to him. And the others, I think he sees Harold and Veda and Kappa, and even Pip to some degree, as sort of unfortunate collateral to this awfulness that's happening. I mean, really, it's him and Mac who should be stepping up and as the lead investigators, taking care of everyone, and it's just everything is out of control.
What would be the most surprising thing for Wilhelm to uncover or remember?
Other than that, Regani has multiple vessels and remember or uncover?
Mm-hmm. Either one.
Perhaps that Jonah is somehow in the city.
Okay.
Yeah. Or was that I don't know. I think that's it. I think he spent quite a bit.
In this moment, not in the past or what you think is coming next, in this moment, what would be the most redeeming thing for Wilhelm to experience? And what would be the most damning?
I think he needs to face down Regani. Maybe not through some avatar, or at least at some point where they have equal footing. And at least tell him off himself, yeah. Not hiding through the some vessel, like the good old days. But most damning. Yeah, the only other thing I can think of is that if somehow Tristan were alive and involved on the wrong side.
Define wrong side.
Not what Wilhelm in this moment considers good, right?
Right.
So say he was working with Regani, I guess, actively killing Veda's mother or trying to hurt, friends of Wilhelm's. For Veda's a good person. Like, she has done nothing evil. So that's as far as the struggle is, yeah? There's nothing wrong with her, yet she needs to die because of her heritage, because of how she was born, and that just does not sit right with him, as it may with Regani.
Regani. Thanks. It gives me stuff to chew on for a minute.
Versus Mac, right? Who should probably, Mac does not season. He is not a good guy at this point.
And yet he's still.
And I don't even know.
Mac?
I don't even know how bad it is. Yeah, like I don't know how much Mac is lying about. I just know that he is lying.
That's true. But the other part of that is like, is he just tolerating Mac out of courtesy for who they were, or is it a toleration for now because he hasn't had the opportunity to call him out on his shit properly?
Yeah, I mean, and honestly, I don't know how much further it goes. It's just he expressed the interest in Vader, but maybe he doesn't like Grung either. Maybe Grung are historically evil, or Vidalkin, or Minotaur. Yeah,
that's true. Okay, thanks. Yep, that's a lot to.
Hey, no problem.
It's a lot of cud.
Harold would tell you that, at least according to the way that his family acts, you could say Vidalkin are potentially historically evil.
True. Veda.
Yeah.
How you doing? How's it going?
Veda is.
You've got a lot that's happened in the past 24 hours.
Weary. So. Yeah. I think what's going on with Ahura and the Blue Angels is like so low on her priority list right now. Like Pip, I think, is like the one that's like, everything is chaos. I don't know what's going on. I'm especially worried about them. But like, she's like, they've got it handled. Things are kind of calm for the moment. We found Irvin. It's fine. Figure it out later. Yeah, I think she's weary. She's very weary right now.
Okay. Which member of this party is she the most weary of, based off of recent events?
Weary or wary?
Wary, weary. It could be
all
the
the above.
Thing.
Oh, yeah. I meant like weary, like tired weary.
Yeah, no, I know.
Okay.
I understand. I'm asking a very different question.
I don't think she's clued in to something going on between Pip and Mac and Dragon. Okay. Like she's like, oh, that's weird that like Mac has to take him to the bank, but like she hasn't figured those puzzle pieces together yet. So I don't think she's suspicious of anybody. She's kind of weary of all of them. In this fight especially, it felt like everyone except for her was so concerned about achieving the goals. And she was the only one that was concerned with, we can't do those goals if we're dead. And it's like, I think Willem mentioned like, him and Mac protecting the party as like the lead investigators, but like she was not allowed to do her job, what she does best, which is taking care of people. Like, we just dumped in the sewers, we got hit by multiple fireballs, and it's like, okay, let's back up, let's make a plan, let's recuperate, and we just kept on going in, and she's just like, okay, I'll figure it out. And then especially having to make the decision between saving Willem and saving Mac, and choosing Willem solely because she's like, I can't find Mac in the dark. She kind of just wants to like shake people, like you're not immortal.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alternatively, I would say that I think we are Wilhelm in particular is very aware of his mortality. I mean, he dove into that sewage with 4 hit points.
Well, that too of like, why don't you care? Kind of thing.
Let's rewind a little bit. Which of her family members is she the most worried about in this moment in terms of mental capacity?
Her father.
Why?
I don't think like her family is really like evil, like it's kind of alluded to be. Like, they're rich, they do some shady shit, but they're not like the villains of the story yet. Or like she doesn't feel like they're villains. You know, like she would be very honest about like my family's really fucked up, but like we love each other. But her dad, especially being the human, is kind of like the short straw of the bunch, where he's probably not as respected within vampire society because he's human. He's obviously not as powerful magically. And he left his wife. And he's got like one stable daughter, and the other two are like, I don't care, or hey, let's go party. So yay, we're in a shitty situation.
If he decided basically fuck Kasmar and packed up the youngest because the oldest wouldn't go and just dipped, would it be that surprising?
It would be
To Veda
sad.
specific.
Yeah, it would be sad, but no, I don't think it would be surprising. Like, as long as he, like, it would be surprising to her if he abandoned his wife. Like, if he didn't, like, move her to, like, some outside of Kasmar hospital. Because that wouldn't be, like, his... I don't feel like that would be in his character to do.
That's fair.
So that would be shocking to her, of, like... Okay. And especially, like, if he didn't ask her to come with him.
Would she go?
No. She would have gone up to about the point when we had the fight with Regani on the rooftop. And now she feels like she's got unfinished business here, I guess. Or like problems that she by her existence have created.
Let me ask you one more question, and then we'll move into it. What does Veda think is happening with the patients at the hospital, the home that Jordy is in?
I think she's using them as a hive mind.
But does Veda think that?
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah, Veda is not really certain because she's medically sciencey, but not sciencey.
Right.
But she likes science. She reads books. Yeah. So, especially with seeing all those other black boxes in, oh my god, what's Mac's brother's name?
Jordy.
In Jordy's mind, it felt like all of these other black boxes are people that are all connected on this grid.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah. Georgie.
Yeah.
It's been a minute.
I honestly wasn't sure either. That's why I put a question mark there.
Thank you.
I knew, but I just let it go because she can never get blue streak either. It's always blue angels or blue
Is it
lightning
blue
or
angel?
blue. It's something. It's blue. It's always been blue streak, but you always every time you bring it up, it's a different name.
Listen, my boyfriend prides himself on making fun of the names that I come up for characters when I can't remember their names. So recently it was Jimmy Hones for
I'm just
Indiana
imagining
Jones.
we're competing with the air show pilots, like
Right, the legendary.
Like,
Thank you. They exist. They're real.
And they're F-14s.
They are a real thing.
And they fly, and she flies. So makes sense.
So, all right.
How is it the immortal one is like the most concerned with mortality at this moment?
It's impressive, really. So, here is where we will open up. After the events of the Troll House, things, while feeling chaotic and out of control, die down. The beggar is more or less left alone, but it is considered a crime scene, so there are police there on a regular basis now. You guys are all questioned extensively about what happened within. Is there anything that you guys are going to withhold from the police?
I think Veda would not want to mention Renee.
Same. It's a good call.
So what are you guys going to do with Renee?
Or
then?
half that money that we took.
Renee is one of us. Maybe we have her take the form of Weatherford. She's familiar with that, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, they know Weatherford.
Just injured. So, not
Okay.
talkative.
All right, guys, where are you all going to take Renee then? I guess is the next question.
Wherever
I
they
think-
want. I think
yeah.
maybe Gangers is where they want to go. They've
Is
already contacted someone to take over the artist duty.
Gangas
Yep.
is close by, but I actually think perhaps Harold's house is the best. bookstore.
I was about to say if they don't object too heavily, I think there's probably not a better person to keep an eye on them at the moment than Veda in terms of medically speaking. And then there's also just the idea that, you know, we've defended them once. So maybe a little time in protective arms would be nice.
Okay.
We also definitely withhold that Copper was a member of this place that helped kidnap a person.
Oh yeah, we would not tell them.
Technically, Copper wasn't.
Copper absolutely helped kidnap a person.
Yeah,
if you look
they-
at
but-
legally, aiding in the
Legally,
yeah.
yeah, for sure.
Legally,
But the
He didn't
legal-
know.
literally helped carry the body.
Yeah, he didn't know, but
He did
Okay.
try and get out of that part, but
he did.
Uh-huh,
it's
yeah.
a
He was there
forgivable
for
offense.
it.
Okay.
Hello, criminal.
Copper's
This is the
also
person
like
you are
12.
looking for. Thank you.
Okay.
Eli, do I have that wrong? Like Copper's a child, basically, right? Or at least a teenager
18.
at best. Okay.
Copper's 19.
19.
Okay,
Oh,
so he's
okay.
fresh. He's fresh out
Yeah.
of the womb. That's yeah,
Yeah, just the baby.
just a baby.
With a cat.
Sweet
funny.
summer
I don't-
child.
I don't think any of us know how old any of our characters are.
Harold's like nearing 30 in terms of
There it is. There's the
human
answer.
Yeah.
Nobody knows
Yeah.
how old their characters are.
Well, no,
I know
mean,
the range. I know the range. I don't know how old she is exactly.
I know
Um,
exactly
down
how old
somewhere.
Pip is.
Wilhelm is 33.
Okay.
Okay.
How old's Veda?
Veda. So if Harold's about 30, Veda went to school with his sister, so she would probably be like 29, 28.
Right.
wrong.
And-
Wrong. I thought.
Oh, is Harold
sister
younger?
older? I think so.
No, sister's younger.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Um,
And so Max in his 40s and
I
Weatherford
wrote
in his
her. I should know.
50s.
Max 87.
He's gonna listen.
I don't
back
know
to
why I
this.
love Donkey God Mag. Trevor just takes it so well.
Anita's 25.
Oh, she's 25. Okay.
Adelaide, Anita's 25, so that'd
Okay.
be kind of.
So she'd be like 25, 26, yeah.
Yeah.
In that age range.
Okay, cool. Is there anything you want to get out of Renee before we move on?
No, we can talk later. Unless
I
it's like
mean-
urgent and like we have to go and get it now.
That's what I'm asking. Is there
can-
anything that you think is urgent that we need to talk to Renee about right now?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely important stuff to talk about.
What's important to talk to Renee about right now?
Why is someone on saffron duty?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
No,
So do we
Like,
wanna
why
go
is
into
it?
No,
it's
why-
not handled. Yeah.
that makes perfect sense to Wilhelm. I mean, the whole relationship is a fraud, right? So he doesn't. Obviously, they don't want Saffron thinking that you know Renee has just vanished for
Well,
several days and not come home. That would be quite a thing to explain to your significant other, yeah?
well, right, but unless it's just a cushy position, why does it matter where they go?
I don't.
Why does it matter if the artist is found to be dead and Renee just disappears?
I mean, they
Sapper
could,
doesn't
but
know
I
if
think
Renee
no.
died.
But I think listen, this is a position that it was an opportunity that Renee took advantage of, which isn't great. You know, deceiving and beguiling this other human being, or individual, right? It's a genasi, but humanoid. But I think they are comfortable. It is better than being on the street, better than being a copper or a pip, living in the sewers. I mean, it seems to be a nice lifestyle they have found for themselves. Maybe not through, obviously, to precarious means. Now we're going to start judging.
I certainly
not
appreciate all the back and forth about the knife lifestyle. I mean, the reason I want to know why someone wants saffron duty is there was a body in a piece of art that someone stole.
So that is a different story.
And
altogether.
Renee might have some inside info.
Renee does not. We have already questioned Renee on that insight. The person who had that information was the original Woodford, who is long since deceased. And the only people that can help us now are all dead, because we've killed them. So unless there's record in the library, or I bring back that wizard's or the troll's corpse for a moment to speak with it. Yeah?
So, and maybe this is just confusion for me, and like me, the player. My understanding was that the whole premise of Renee taking over the life of Woodward was because Renee found Woodward's body and like took it upon themselves to investigate what happened or something like that. And now that we have theoretically dealt with the people responsible for that, why does the charade need to continue? Because in theory, the crime is solved.
So I don't know that Renee ever said anything about wanting to discover why.
It was convenient.
It's just
I know he's rich and I can live that lifestyle. Like
exactly.
Maybe that was an assumption that I made. Okay,
I think that's an assumption.
Yeah, and
they
didn't do anything. And to them, they didn't do anything wrong. This actually, it's a very close to a backstory for Balin, right? Because it was an opportunity there. He didn't kill the person, so what a waste to let this rich person's identity go by the wayside. They could live this life. But Renee was specific in that they didn't create any of the art. It was all already made.
It was all already made. Yeah.
It was all completed.
Okay, but Renee, did you never talk about the art? Did they never question why you didn't want to make more? Or did they be like, hey, we're running low on like inventory?
Do you want to get into that scene? Do you want to have that back and forth?
I need answers.
Okay. So we'll say
we've been using character voices. It's not for us.
So go ahead and press the long rest button on your character sheets. Ooh. Get that over with because you need it.
And get their level up.
So are we going to we're going to Harold's?
That's kind of the assumption.
Okay, just checking.
Is Copper gonna stay at Harold's? It's a very nice bookstore.
I think
for the night.
Been before.
I think before Copper does anything, Copper has to go get his cat from where he usually sleeps because he told the cat to meet him there.
Are you gonna stay there? Are you gonna go alone, or are you gonna go and grab it and come back?
I'm gonna go get Morwen and then come back.
Do you want me to go with you so you have protection in case any stragglers are around?
Oh, I mean, I wasn't like super worried, but yeah, that'd be nice.
Okay.
Sure.
Where you been staying? No shortcut?
You know a shortcut to where I've been staying?
Pretty close, probably. Where you staying?
Okay, well, that's like great in the sewer. That's like, and I'll tell him where I'm staying.
This is the one with a third bar that's like shorter than the rest?
Yeah, it's like sort of like cut off. a little bit, and it's near that like shop with the guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good spot. Good spot. I scoped that spot out like a little while ago, and I was like, I don't know. I mean, life happens.
I mean, I'm glad you didn't
spot.
come in because I would have gotten spooked and.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm glad we met this way.
Yeah, I mean, just common courtesy. You don't just go opening grates. You knock first, of course.
Yeah. Exactly. You get it.
You don't want to go into a taken grate. That's just like ridiculous.
No.
Okay, yeah, let's go.
All right, so you two go and get the cat. Go get more one. Is there anything else that Copper has to grab before they return?
I don't think he actually. I really don't think he actually has much of anything else, to be honest.
Yeah.
I don't think there's anything there that really matters. I don't think he's worried about it right now.
Can we
He's got a ton of gold now.
Can we just let Copper and Pip discuss more like subterranean social etiquette?
We'll get more of that.
It'll come around. Okay, cool. So fantastic. You all have your evenings. Is there anything that you guys want to handle before the day starts and you all have this conversation with Renee? Or are we just going to go home and
This
pass
is before
out?
sleep?
Yeah.
Hey, Harold, how tired are you?
According to my internet connection, extremely. Is it still doing it like actively right now?
No, right now it's good.
Goes in and out.
Okay. I've closed down every single slightly unnecessary thing, so hopefully that will. All right. Not incredibly.
Well, I found some stuff, and I don't know what it does.
Well, that happens to be a specialty of mine.
Okay. But I get first dibs. I'll share, but I get first dibs.
I don't see why not.
Okay. First thing I have this this brooch. Here you go. It is a feathered fan shaped brooch.
Actually, I think technically speaking, I picked that up, and then you also somehow picked that up.
It's whatever.
But it's okay.
I saw
It's
that
okay.
nifty brooch you have. What's that thing?
What does that do?
Finders keepers.
You
I
have
found
any-
it on you.
Yeah, I just
games on your phone.
I just wanted to write all of it down so we didn't get lost in the sauce.
No, it's okay. I wrote it down as well. I've got the tiny object, feathered fan thing, magic bullets, scroll of banishment, strange parchment that Adelaide alluded to earlier, and potion that looks like fog. Did I miss anything?
Okay, no. I got the potion that looked like fog as well. Liquid smoke
Okay.
in particular.
Oh god, that shit's terrible. Please don't use it.
So you're gonna identify all those?
Yeah, I like, flavor wise, I'm starting to trust everyone in the group in general more and more. I think I'd walk upstairs with Pip and go to the lab and kind of, use identify in that matter.
Okay. Cool. Taking him up to the lab. Pip, you see a myriad of tubes and alchemical tools that you have similar to, though of a higher grade here, that you would have at home, along with like a series of shelves that are all kind of locked and chained away with the books kind of chained to them, to the bookshelves. You see the individual like scrolls that he had available to him over the course of time that he's kind of worked with, various different other arcane implements. Effectively speaking, you have the fan token Qual's fan token, it's the fan. Feather token, it's the fan. Words are hard. The completely folding over on itself paper is a folding boat.
I was thinking portable hole. I actually like that better.
You're muted, Adelaide.
The folded paper that didn't do anything, the blank piece of paper.
Mm-hmm.
It just
I
kept
thought it was gonna
going
be-
and going and going.
I was thinking there was like some weird way of like having to open it, and it revealed like a message.
Oh,
it's like it's
you
a
do the
cookie
little.
catcher.
You know,
Yeah,
yeah. But like magically, rats.
Blue. BLUE.
So
The
then
key is up my butt.
it was the metal rod.
And around the corner.
So let's see. Let's see what else is there.
Potion.
The potion is a diminutive potion, so you can do reduce for an hour. I think it's either an hour or a minute. I'd have to check.
Pip,
let's
that's gonna be
see.
yours all day, buddy.
What else was there?
So what I
magic
didn't.
bullets, which are plus
Yep.
1 bullets.
They're
from
plus
Mac.
2. We already got into them.
Plus 2 bullets.
Yep.
There's
I have a
19
very-
left, I think.
I have 3 very special gems. I have 1 pale blue green gem.
50 gold.
Oh, okay, that's lamer.
Just
Um,
non-magical, just
Mm-hmm.
I have a
Nice.
pink gem.
25 gold.
Lame. And then I have a very special olive green peridot.
That one is a nicer cut. It's worth probably closer to 200 gold pieces, and can be used as an arcane focus.
you do mean notes, right? Just
Yeah.
checking.
Notes.
Okay. Because 200 gold pieces, that's windfall.
Mhm. I feel like there were magical items that I missed.
No.
The token, the boat, the potion,
paper.
the paper.
Oh, we have the scroll of banishment. Do we have undone scrolls? We don't know what they are. No.
Nope.
No. Okay.
Is there anything else? I feel like I'm missing something. I'll go back and I'll listen to it later and find out that I'm missing something. Anyway.
That's everything I wrote down.
Cool.
I am going to use the scroll of banishment to copy banishment into my spellbook, though.
Okay, make a. I believe that's an Arcana check.
I don't think so.
If it's from a scroll, I think so. If it's from a book, no.
Okay. Do we know anyone who needs to use this gem magically?
A wizard spell on a spell scroll can be copied just as spells and spell books can be copied. When you copy a spell from a spell scroll, you must succeed on an Arcana check with DC equal to 10 plus the spell's level. If the check succeeds, you do it successfully. Either way, the scroll is destroyed.
Well, I was
Arcana.
nervous for just a moment because I did get a 2 on the die, but that is plus 13 now.
So 15. Awesome.
There you
Because
go.
banishment's a
So that's a
6th level
15.
spell, right?
I think
It's a 4th level spell.
Nice.
Jesus.
Nice. That's great.
Cool. Great. Fantastic. Anything else that you guys wanted to handle tonight?
Yes.
She
Veda.
put her lipstick on for this.
No. I just realized I couldn't. You can't. I have very pale lips, so you can't see my camera. I am getting Renee very comfortable on the couch. Like she's dug through Harold's house to find the cupboard with all the sheets and made like a full bed, fancy bed on the couch for Renee.
A cupboard that hasn't been opened in 15 years. by
Yeah,
the way.
exactly. You only moved there like 2 weeks ago. But at some point in the night, she once Willem inevitably heads into his room, she will quietly knock and open if the door's not locked.
Wilhelm?
Yeah,
Oh God. I think. So, yeah, I don't know. Wilhelm would do as best he could to save face with everyone, while quietly slicking away to his room. Where he would promptly take his jacket and shirt off because he is very badly injured, and just do whatever he can to try to fix himself, and probably, yeah. So as Vader knocks, I guess I would throw my shirt back on and answer the door.
Oh, you don't. That's fine. Just don't be stupid. Let me do it. And she'll just go out and put on.
I promise you, it is fine. I will. Ow! You are surprisingly strong.
Magic doesn't heal broken bones, so shut. And she will hold her hand out while she digs through her bag, grabbing several large rolls of not gauze. I guess gauze, whatever. Fabric.
Bandages.
Bandages.
Nothing kills broken ribs
Ace
like
bandages.
like ace bandages.
Yeah.
Just it's just Robitussin.
It's just Robitussin.
Just get a little tussin down on the bone
and
there.
bottles and bottles of Robitussin.
And one melatonin pill. That's
just
Miracle
let that
drug.
tussin get down to the bone there.
Two baby Tylenol, and that will do
It's
it.
a Chris Rock bit from the 90s.
The world's latest wonder drug, just like radium.
Oh my god.
Okay, cool. So I guess make a medicine check there, Veda.
I can do. You know what? I want to use my fancy die. I got pretty fancy die. I can
Good
match.
advantage for using Robitussin.
Multiple bottles of it.
It's so pretty. They're so pretty. You can't see them on camera. Whatever.
It looked like glass on camera.
That would be an 18.
Plus,
We believe you.
Plus medicine. That's plus 7 is 25.
Hey.
Nailed it.
Fantastic.
I did it on my fingers. 6 times. 25. Yeah.
All right. So pulling out the bandages and the Robitussin, you give them a quick spoonful and then start kind of wrapping the bandages, getting a little bit pressure in the right places, kind of going through and making taking your time. You have probably about 20 minutes of easy, kind of as you're dabbing through the various different puncture wounds that were there from the claws that went into them. Trying to keep kind of the pressure there while not breaking everything open again.
Where did you get all your tattoos from?
I have a friend actually. And now that you mentioned that, those tattoos that are just tattooed over the scarring that is all underneath, right? It's all scars that are traced all across his body. And as the bandages even are over them, like they start to slightly burn and blacken, like underneath, like following the lines. I have a friend of mine down by the junkyard. Awesome.
Well, that doesn't sound very hygienic, but they do look very nice.
He is very talented, many. But I am resistant to most diseases, as it is.
Here's something in common.
Thank you. Here. Before I forget.
Oh, you don't need to pay me. It's fine.
No, it's just he like reaches down and you can see like he's got like a small basin of water that he'd cleaned it with, but he hands you back your scarf.
Oh.
The shawl.
Yes, this jumped out at me. I didn't know what it was in the liquid at the time, but I think it saved me. So
It did.
Yes, thank you.
You're welcome. It's fine. Yeah, she'll ring it out, just very, very awkwardly, like not really making eye contact, probably,
He
and
was
then
doing
shoving
his
it
best.
back in her.
He was doing his best to clean it prior to your arrival.
There's still like a couple little spots, but for the most part,
It might smell worse, now that it's still wet again.
It's not great. It may take.
It might
some-
be me
yeah.
actually. So
I think it's a bit of all of us. I feel I'm getting a little blind to it now. I can kind of sort of see how Pip and Papa could stay down there for an extended period of time.
I'm very fortunate that I don't have to breathe. So, because I feel like I would be sick every waking second until we bathed.
Yeah, given the environment, I am glad I did not end up in the sewers like them when I was their age. Would not have been good for anyone.
You're faintly across the bookstore.
Showers free. Next step.
It's like a truck stop. You get 15 minutes.
Pip doesn't know there's more than
everybody.
one bathroom.
You are feel free to use the showers next, and you can stay here. I will sleep downstairs with on the couch there with Kappa and everyone if you need the room again.
Oh no, I need to tend to Renee overnight, so.
But I will keep it free. You shouldn't do that. We can take turns.
I'll consider it. Thank you.
You know,
How you
I
feeling?
am also pretty proficient at healing people. Maybe not quite as good, but
You're all right. You're all right. You could have gone to school and been a good doctor, I think.
a different life maybe.
But it's never too late for an education. But you know.
I wholeheartedly agree.
Are you feeling better?
No, everything is in pain. It hurts quite a bit, but I will be okay.
Well, maybe tomorrow.
Short answer, yes. Thank you. Thank you for everything. I know it is not the life you had imagined. It's not, I'm sure, not what you had imagined yourself doing with your weekends, traipsing through sewers and fighting trolls.
No, not at all really, but I like taking care of you all. And I've always been quite boring, as my sisters say so. Now I'm not anymore.
I have seen your house. I find that hard to believe.
Oh, I'm definitely the boring
And
one
also
of the
the
family.
wall crawling and the hand-to-hand combat. Yeah, I think you're underestimating yourself a bit.
Oh, that was Mother's doing. She insisted all of us go through some form of combat when we were children, actually. So don't know why we needed to learn so early, but that's fine.
You'll kind of like look down and away for a second before looking back up. I am sorry about your mother.
Me too. She's not as bad as everyone thinks she is.
I did not know her, to be honest. I didn't have a chance to find out. We will figure out what is happening. We will get her back.
I won't say I would think she'd like you, but she does have her moments.
But I'm so likable.
Yeah.
Right, let me clear some stuff out, and I will, like I said, perhaps clean yourself, so, and I will make sure Renee is okay, and then we can perhaps take turns, yeah?
Yes, I'll consider it.
Let me know if you need anything. You weren't injured, were you? I don't think so, yeah?
Actually, I'm quite fine. Bit of a scuff on the shoulder. I think it bit me, but no, I'm fine.
And do I see anything there? Is it like a scrape?
It's probably like a scrape, but it looks like fully healed already. Like, yeah, and it's like gray skin anyway, so like, whatever.
Good story. Scars are cool.
Takes one to know one, I guess.
And anyways, I will see you back downstairs, yeah?
All right. Don't beat yourself up too much about Regani. I didn't want to tell you.
It's a hard thing for the others to understand. It's not like a choice I have made. It's how I was born. I mean, not well. It's forced upon me. Yeah, I didn't choose him or his ways or his teachings. I've had to. And for the most part, he had his moments. Wise was burden. Fine. If my burden, I can bear it. Nothing. Now, that is radiating out to all of you. So, I will take care of Agani. I will make him pay for what he's done.
I don't blame you. Anyway, all right, well, I hope you're feeling better. And I just wanted to just check on you and see if you're all right.
Well, you know, now that you mention it, I think I am feeling better.
She looks like she doubts that for a second, but she's just all right.
just gives you
Probably
the best,
just like he's
the
giving him
best
the tough
fake
guy
smile.
routine.
Yeah.
Right, like,
yep.
Yep, I'm doing great. Yeah, she'll leave and go clean up.
Wilhelm.
Bring him now.
Once-
Yeah, I'm ready.
We're gonna fuck him up. We've just come out of a fight. We're going to another one. Let's fucking go.
I have 18 hit points now. Let's do this.
Oh god.
Rest is uncomfortable. And for the first time that you can remember ever, outside of the Alhora dreams, in your rest, there is nothing but fire. The darkness is not a thing in your sleep. And it's not the typical radiant gold fire. It starts as a small spark in the darkness, like a match being lit. And it wavers for a moment and tries to go out. And just before you wake, it is an all-encompassing, raging inferno. And when you wake up, your bandages are completely burned away in your rest. You did not get up to go help in the night. And there's a bit of a fop sweat. And as you're looking at your tattoos, make or I should say scars at this point. Make an investigation check for me, please.
Very dirty 20.
Okay. Looking at the scars themselves, they kind of crisscross in various different religious patterns across your arms. And all you can think whenever you're looking in the mirror is, God, I gotta go get them filled back in again. I'm looking ragged. It looks like shit. But hey, those puncture wounds are gone. Maybe Veda knows her stuff. Maybe there's a little bit more going on there than just some medical theory. And as you look at the holy symbol of Lathander on your back, that is scarred into your skin, the rays of sun that are there have a soft golden touch to them, pushing over the top of the hill.
I hope this is not some sort of bacterial infection, staph or something from Tua.
I mean, you check it, you test it, and like it feels like skin. It doesn't feel like
Normally, it's like normal scar. I know it doesn't hurt. It's not painful.
Not at all.
Another mystery. Okay. Well, I will. I will quickly dress myself a little embarrassed. The best I can, because I don't know if is Veda. Where is everyone else? What point in the morning is it?
Let's talk about that. Copper, did you find a particular place to sleep in this place, or did you just crash on a chair? Did you crash on one of the lounges? Because I'm telling you this much right now, when you wake up, Morwen is inside of like a windowsill basking in what little bit of gray sun there is.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
Bye, Harold.
we lost a Harold. Makes sense.
Oh no.
He'll come back better, stronger.
Oh, he's back.
Copper tried to stay as much out of the way as like possible.
Okay.
So he probably took like an armchair or something that was horribly uncomfortable. But still pretty comfortable for him as far as his standards go.
Okay. Cool. Renee, the next morning. Well, hold up. Pip, did you sleep in the bathtub again?
Yeah.
Okay.
After everyone showers, so it's all like nice and moist.
Yep.
Yeah.
Copper has
Pre-warmed.
never had a shower until last night, by the way.
It's just
Yeah.
gonna ring.
Like,
It's just gonna ring
He's
around.
bathed, but
He walks out and like your hair is blonde. And it's
yeah,
just, wow.
that's like a different
Who is
person.
this kid?
Harold had to go in after
Say,
every
'cause
shower
my-
and prestidigitation it clean.
I'm telling you, it's the craziest thing. The water comes out the top.
The top?
Yeah,
Like
just
rain?
Watch. Just watch.
All right,
Just watch.
I'm watching.
You can even change the temperature. You
I
got
didn't
warm
get
water.
to say it because my my internet was being annoying, but Harold had his unseen servant going in there and scrubbing the shit out of the shower between every individual.
Amen.
Fantastic.
Literally.
If that unseen servant could speak, the stories it would tell.
Renee is sore as they kind of like do their best to reconstitute themselves just to be normal. That gray skin has given way to that kind of tan, that ruddy tan that the artist had. I can't think of the name of now that I'm actually trying to talk about him. Whatever. He's Woodward. Yeah, that's the last name. I want the first name, Dylan. Normandy. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
As he gets to that kind of like that blonde hair that's combed over. It's a little messy in the morning, but he just kind of like he takes a moment and kind of looks into his cup and just kind of, and immediately the hair combs itself. And he kind of looks around with his little mustache and now that I'm sure that we have a conversation to have. Yeah? There's a conversation to be made.
Well, who is awake? Yeah, is he in?
I would think everybody's awake at this point.
I think we're just very concerned that you're so eager to get back into the swing of things. If you were kidnapped for impersonating What makes you think they won't do it again?
Well, you all slayed the troll, as you know. There's less worry for me, is there not?
I mean, what's the saying again? There's always a bigger fish.
Who's bigger than the one that put the hooks in my shoulders?
Oh, you don't want to know. Did we? Never mind.
That's a literal, or that's like a kind of phrase?
Oh,
Both.
there's. He like pulls the shirt back a little bit, and there's that hole still there in every form that he kind of puts a finger in. That might be something I have to figure out before we return home. But
I mean, hey, body modding's really big in these days.
Yeah, I don't know either.
I've seen humans with holes not that big, but in their ears.
Wilhelm's a little out of his element because he's got like an undershirt on and like his hair's all messed up. And it's just very uncomfortable for him because he just woke up on a couch after sleeping for like 12 hours. This is very unusual. You've got coverage. Perhaps there's all we can do for those wounds.
Well, frankly speaking, until I can get a hold of my own funds, I think paying the hospital for a bit of regeneration is a bit expensive.
Well, if you... I mean, okay. You didn't hear this from me, but if you go at about 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning and you ask for a woman named Carol, she may be able to get you a deal.
You know, legally they can't refuse you service. You just go in, you say it's emergency, say like, I don't even know my name, I don't have any form of identification. They can't refuse service, and you just disappear in the morning.
Just look like Harold and go in and just say put it on the tab. And I think there's a wing of that hospital named after our friend here.
I would say that's medical fraud, but I guess I did also just suggest fraud, so either works.
I think you more suggested professional courtesy. This is fraud. Though not something our friend is a stranger to necessarily.
Yeah, how much does it cost? Would I know how much it costs to get anything regenerated at the hospital?
Make a history check. Probably with advantage.
Sure, Veda knows.
Yeah, probably.
Oh yeah.
Can I scroll over?
With advantage? Oh, good, because that was a 1.
Oh, I'll help you.
Before Veda
A
finished her
15.
nursing degree, she was in billing.
I was in.
Not canon.
So Veda knows explicitly. Wilhelm has an idea that it's probably a few thousand gold notes. Veda knows.
We just pulled like millions out of this troll's fucking basement. So
Yeah,
I think we can spare this guy a couple
can
thousand.
spare it.
Probably.
Couple of G's.
Probably depends on what's being regenerated.
He paid the blood price.
Mm.
For some information, we can.
Technically speaking, I don't know that regenerate. It says explicitly that it restores severed body members. I don't know that a hole through your shoulder is considered a severed body member.
I feel like the body part is more extreme. I feel like regenerate. I think the spirit of the spell. I think you're doing some mental gymnastics here. You're doing some some Olympic level gymnastics in your brain right now.
Well, so the argument there though is that true resurrection explicitly states missing organs and limbs and replacing damaged portions of body parts.
Perfect. So we kill him and then we true resurrect him.
Right.
Yeah, if we
Exactly.
dismember them, then it'll work. Or if we
So-
destroy their liver.
we see where the hole is there.
No.
We there's a joint right there. If we just cut right
No.
there, we can.
Right. If you
Anyway,
just
I would let the
if you
regenerate
reopen
work.
the wound, right, it will then be in a primed healing position, and then we can.
That's not how medicine works. That's not how medicine works. It's just
Regeneration, or like getting regeneration at the hospital specifically, is going to cost approximately 5 pints of blood, and I'd give
Over
it
time or all at once?
Honestly,
All at once.
Take tro blood.
No, that doppelganger blood has to be worth a ton, right? Because it can be any blood type.
Mm-hmm. And then the actual cost of the procedure would be something in the realm of 15,000 gold pieces, possibly more.
Gold notes.
Pocket change.
Gold notes, right?
Yeah. Okay.
Well, I mean, one gold coin's like what, 100,000 gold notes? Here, keep the change.
I could see Pip doing that, and it's ridiculous.
we're gonna have a wild time with Larry's lasagna this week, boys.
So
a whole
many of those
casserole.
goddamn cheese
Mozzarella,
triangles.
yes,
like-
cheese triangles for everyone. There's a whole bar on Pip. So,
We're about to crash his economy.
we might even be able to skip Larry's and go all the way to somewhere like Sapphire Wednesdays or something like that.
Sapphire Wednesdays.
Legally distinct. Legally distinct.
That's 2 weeks in a row that I am
my
having
God.
inspiration against you. Jesus. Anyway,
glad you didn't try to do a variation of Applebee's. That could have gotten weird.
Welcome to Applebee's. Here we have TV every 5 feet, like you like.
So, Normandy. I think I have pieced together some of what is happening, although there's still quite a bit we don't understand about what got the original Normandy Woodward in the situation to begin with. However, perhaps if there's anything you remember, any questions they were asking you, anything specifically they were trying to get out of you?
well, once I was knocked unconscious, and he melts away into Renee's kind of gray-skinned form. They stopped asking me questions that I didn't have answers to. Then they just started using me as kind of a blood sack of sorts.
But which questions did they ask that you did not have answers to? Anything stick out? Anything memorable? Anything might help give light as to what happened to the original Normandy.
They kept asking me about who my connection was to the circle of chemicals.
Circle of chemicals?
In particular, the only one that would have heard anything about this would have been Wilhelm, because of his backstory. There is a conspiracy theory that there is a group of druids that work out in the
Our fields.
No. Let's see. Over in Solvarian Park, which is a portion of the shopping district. That is a very large park area. It's where most of the wine is made. It's where a lot of the vegetables are grown. There's a variety of different alchemical, growing plants here. So this is where you'd get most of your alchemical products that are plant-based. and so on. But there's supposedly like a conspiracy theory that there's a circle of druids known as the Circle of Chemicals that like runs that area in the background.
I'll just sort of nod slowly. Anything else?
No,
This is hard.
That's the one that really sticks out the most. They also kept asking me all sorts of different things about Arwentinian granite, saffron, and if he knew that I was caught up with them.
With the circle of the chemical circle.
They weren't very clear on what they meant by with them, whether they meant like personally themselves or if they were talking about like a they kept asking about a Marcel and if the job was finished. Other than that, there's not much else there.
Good.
Have we heard
Thank
of
you.
a Marcel at all?
I mean, I'm sure you guys might have. It's a fairly common name. It's not uncommon. I don't know that you guys specifically have heard of anyone named Marcel in this campaign.
I don't think so, no.
Right, well, take care of yourself, friend. Be safe out there. Seems the immediate danger is gone, but please remember there's still that other that is sadly probably worse than the troll. Papa, eyes up here, would you?
Excuse me, my face is up here.
Which other do you mean?
Blue streak.
Ah, right.
Still a concern. So please be safe. If you need anything, you know where to find us.
Sure.
Pip is
I'm
going to
probably-
ask you like 15 more, maybe 20 more questions. I, on the other hand, am going to go clean myself up.
He looks at you expectantly, Pip.
Most of my questions were covered. So now, the most important question. Would you like a raisin or a blueberry bagel?
Is it a bagel with the raisins baked into it? Or
Baked
is it like a
within.
spread?
Within the dough.
Same
They
for
only
the-
had cream cheese for the spread, although there was honey. And chili paste, but I skipped that one.
The blueberries are cooked into the dough as well.
Yes,
Baked into-
similar to the raisins, yes.
I would answer carefully. Sometimes I wonder if answering the wrong thing to Pip's questions would result in.
I'm having a similar
give
kind of
him any
feel
hints.
here, and I'm not.
Pip, make sure to save me some of the chili paste.
Shit.
I would love the blueberry with the cream cheese.
Okay. Here you go.
Can I have some of that honey to put on top of the cream cheese as well?
Yes.
Like oddly impressed.
I can't. I can't with you, Dylan. He eats it. He eats it. There you go.
The whole time, Pip's just like slowly nodding, and then he gives everybody else bagels.
Okay. Great.
Amazing.
Okay, cool. If you guys don't have any other questions for Renee, they will shift into a different form on the way out the door and head out. All right. Cool. Excuse me. So, what other pressing matters do you all want to handle next?
Pressing matters. Ooh.
Other than the
so
bank,
what do we?
'cause we can't
What
go
do
to
we?
the
Yeah,
bank.
we can't go to the bank. So what do we
Matt
have
gets
on
a-
the list?
Matt gets a message from the Crystal Vapor saying, "Hey, I made the appointment for tomorrow, not today."
Love that.
No, we'll scratch that. You guys have a week. There you go. Now you have a week of downtime. Do whatever you would like.
Have a little bit. Okay.
So we've got Irvin's thing about connected to the crystal pylons is weird.
Just a minor thing. If the group is okay with it, genuinely would like to open a group account for Weatherford Hole. Well, not Weatherford Hole specifically, but for our group of people. With Gerby.
Gerby made.
Do we want to go talk to Gerby?
I don't think it needs to be role played out. I just think, just
We're
in
gonna
general,
open
yeah.
Okay.
Pip has a quick message for Scrungle.
Oh no.
Can we role play that one?
We'll do that one here in a second. So Gerby Madoff is a little concerned about the amount of gold pieces that you all bring in, but ultimately does not ask any questions, and asks if you would like to replace the silver pieces from your inheritances.
As in, like, just pay it back into the account so that nothing's missing? Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. What's the name for this account?
Ooh, we don't have a party name yet.
Of course we do. It's been up there for a bit.
What are you talking about, Dylan?
Scrungle's Security Services.
Team good job.
What'd you say?
Team good job. Our motto is good job, great job.
I disagree.
That was bad. That was bad.
I
have
isn't that
inspiration
you?
against you too now.
Wilhelm is not there because I don't know anything about. I didn't even look at the gold pieces. I don't care.
We're the Macklemores.
Oh,
Macklemores.
God. Before the night is over, every one of you.
Can I ask Mac and a few more if they want to go thrift shopping?
I regret saying anything.
Pip's Angels. I mean, we can just use the Weatherman.
Angels. The Blue Angels. That's what we.
Fuck you. Fuck you. Okay. I try my best. I'm the only one of you fuckers that writes notes, okay?
We would be so lost without you. So true.
I write very poor
You can go
notes.
fuck yourself.
It's Vader's account. That's it. Final.
No, I mean just the Weatherman.
Okay.
LLC.
It can be changed later if you really want to.
I mean, it must. Fate is no man.
Weatherman +1.
The Weatherman and guests.
The Weathermen and their betters.
And co. I'm the co.
and their and co. Yeah. Weatherman and co. I mean, that sounds like a almost sounds like
that's straight up an LLC
Taylor
right there.
Yeah.
Man, I'm real glad Robert doesn't play with us because that one would have hurt me. Anyway, so cool, great. So placeholder for name, possibly Weatherman and Co. Okay.
Too bad we don't have an Oliver in the group. That'd be
I don't know if Weatherford wants to be associated with us too much anymore.
You guys haven't heard from him in a little while. What else? What else?
He
do we
really
need to
let me
handle?
down. I'm very disappointed in Weatherford.
Pip will ask for the current exchange rate of gold to gold notes.
Let's see, what did I say last time?
It was like
I think it was
10,000,
50.
5,000. It was a lot.
Yeah.
For one,
Oh no,
how many
silver
per
was
gold piece?
50.
Yeah. Silver was 50 gold, like gold notes to a coin. So that puts gold.
I did really bad then on my notes here.
It's like 500, right?
I think so.
Because that would be the
500
multiple.
sounds right.
That would be the factor.
Yep.
That
that sounds right.
I was off by
Because it'd be a factor of 10, so it'd be
Yep.
500. Yeah.
Yep. There you go.
50 and 500. Okay.
But there were like 25,000 gold pieces, so I mean, it really came out to a lot.
Yep.
I don't really know where to go.
Well, I would say Wilhelm has
Came out to 12.5 million gold notes, by the way.
Wilhelm has two. I had to stop for a second. Not concerned. Not concerned. Two priorities. One, I have to do a bit of sleuthing about Azina.
Okay.
Yeah?
Yeah.
They gave me their name, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And the other one was see if I can find Zibati. If the police have recovered Zibatis from the scene.
Okay.
I need to know what happened to the beggar.
Okay.
And so I may go down to the police station, beggar, and I need to interrogate a corpse or two.
Okay. Fantastic. We'll say with your background, that's fairly easy to get a hold of in the housing department's precinct. After becoming pseudo homies with the captain last time, he does inform you that Gerald Fitzgerald has been fired.
Good. And arrested.
And not arrested, but he is under investigation.
Paid leave.
Paid leave. Get the paid administrative leave. Get the fuck out of here. KPD.
He was fired with a severance, yes, but there is no. He is not working anymore. Let's see, because he's under investigation. The beggar, they literally just put a bag over his head, and they can go buy him.
Oh my god, it's like Skyrim.
They're like sneak level 100.
Yeah, but
that was
Put the bucket over his head.
there was a bit
shit.
there was a bit of a scuffle between the beggar and a few further cursed now werepoodles, and eventually one of them just was like, "Why don't we just put a bag over its head so we can go buy it?" And it worked.
Okay, what did they do with it?
It's still sitting on the porch. It's still sitting on the porch at that place.
It's this golden goose that just turns silver into gold. Yeah, right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Demonic entity.
They don't know that.
Yeah, I
that's
know.
the thing.
It's
Is
just-
that's not a known fact.
It's just upsetting to Wilhelm. That's all. Okay. Good to know.
And then the two the bodies.
Optional boss fight. We have a field board.
Yeah. Do we know how long that took
Play
them
for like
to?
3 more levels and then just crush him.
Do we know how long that took them to handle the beggar place, all that stuff?
To handle the beggar alone, it took them more or less as soon as all the prisoners were taken away that were freed, until literally about 3:00 in the morning, before one of them was like, "Fuck!" Like it was 3 a.m. logic of put a bag on its head.
Okay, so next day, good.
Mm-hmm.
Pip has a message to Scrungle the next day, so that might affect what happens.
We'll talk about that. And then the bodies are currently in the morgue. So if you'd like to go talk to them, Wilhelm, you can, but you got to go down to the morgue.
I feel like I need to have a serious conversation, me, Harold, and Pip about Scrungle.
Very serious conversation. What bodies are you talking about, Willem?
The troll or the wizard, anyone that would know why the original Normandy was killed.
Okay.
So I'm thinking troll, wizard, or bugbear.
Yeah.
I
Could
don't know if
we-
should we have this conversation with Pip first?
Could we use Renee for that?
What do you mean, use Renee?
When we go to ask certain questions, Renee can disguise himself as the wizard when we speak to the troll.
I don't think it matters with dead bodies. When they interrogate them, they usually just tell you the truth. No?
Who doesn't
No,
know? But that's not guaranteed.
Is it
And
not
the only-
guaranteed? I don't
No.
fucking know.
They,
And the
I
only
don't
one
think.
that hears.
Well,
and the
it's
only
Cannon
one
in Veda's head. I don't fucking know.
Yeah.
The only one that would hear anything to begin with would be.
Oh
the one
yeah, it's
casting
only
the
it's
spell.
only the one casting
It's
the
not
spell.
everybody in the room.
Disguise self,
Yeah, I
not a
don't-
cleric spell anymore. I don't think.
Yeah, I don't think they can lie, but they don't have to answer.
They don't have to answer. Okay, and also like
Could I stack Zone of Truth with Speak with Dead?
You theoretically could, I think.
And if both of those are concentration, I could help you with one of them. Because
They're not, yeah, no. Speak with Dead's not concentration.
Cool.
I don't think we should bother Renee anymore. But also I don't see why having the mage there. If the mage is there, why doesn't the mage just talk to us in the troll's mind? See what I'm saying? No,
That's
fine.
No, it's just a very small bit of a personality that comes through. It's not like you're pulling the soul of the individual back into the body. It's more like a reflexive memory. So sometimes it just depends on the person. That's why it's best to have options, right? I can do it 3 times. Today, not more tomorrow.
Is that true with Speak with Dead? Can you do it more than once?
On a single body?
On an
No.
individual?
No,
You have to do it.
that's-
There's once per
There's
7
one
days,
chance.
I think.
Okay.
I'd have to check.
10 days.
10 days. That was close.
Which we could gentle repose until.
We had to, yeah.
So, what's the plan? Who are we talking to? You'll get
Scrungle.
access to it. We'll talk to Scrungle after we do this.
Oh, we're doing that. Okay.
No, so yeah, in that order. First, actually no, I'll work my way up the chain. Let's talk to a bugbear first.
Okay.
One of the ones that was torturing him.
Okay.
If there's anything left. Just like
There-
like 3 fingers and a liver.
Of one of them in particular, the brain was completely blown out, and the other one was completely eviscerated via radiant damage, cold damage, if I remember right, or lightning, I can't remember, and a massive stab that then exploded through portions of it as screams were filling the hallway. So, you have broken skull or no skull. That said,
These
I can-
moving mouthpieces.
I'll roll percentile dice on the second one to see how much of its jaw is still attached, because I'm pretty sure the corpse must still have a mouth and can't be undead. So we'll see how much of its jaw got blown off whenever Mac shot it in the head. We'll say needs to have 75 or higher.
Wow, 25% chance.
68. Sorry.
So close.
But you didn't waste the spell.
Nope.
So we'll
Do you
go
have-
with,
We do
Go
have the
ahead.
tattoo troll. No, they're burned to Chris with their jaws.
We
With
could
their
have
jaws,
some-
they'd
we could-
still have faces.
Yeah,
So
could
we
ask
have
the
we
trolls.
have we have
Let's-
we have
Can
the
I snaggle tooth?
tattooist. Yeah.
all right,
the
yeah,
tattooist.
yeah. I'm gonna move my way up the chain. So yeah, Snaggletooth.
Okay.
Did we get his name? Is that his name, or is that just what we?
Snaggletooth.
That was his name.
Yeah, we got it from the guy that's in trenchcoat jail.
Ah,
His name is
Oh.
Frederick.
What's it look like for you to cast this spell on this troll?
Like most things Wilhelm does, he leans over.
Punch starts its heart.
Yeah.
I could see it though. I could see it.
Yeah, I'll go for it. Yeah. And
Alright, cool.
as he does though, like it just erupts in almost like a spectral fire that kind of animates the corpse.
Okay. So as you like pull back to do it and you begin speaking the incantation, your hand begins to glow with this soft, almost ghostly flame that doesn't really look like it's there. It's almost like there's a bit of a like heat waves kind of around your fist as you down into it, and then it immediately just kind of fills the rest of it. All of you can see these heat waves around it, but for you in particular, Wilhelm, as you punch into it, you can see a small bit of radiant flame go into the chest, and then you watch as that light kind of goes up the chest, where the stitches are going up to its throat, and then it begins to light through the mouth, through the nose, through every orifice on its head. It just kind of goes. I believe you have up to 5 questions.
5. Why were you hunting Normandy Wood?
I was not hunting him.
Okay. Why did the hooks kill Normandy Wood?
He would not deliver on his promises.
What was one of his promises?
He would preserve some of our victims.
Why would Woodward be working with hooks?
I don't know.
I will turn to the others and sort of relay, and they can hear the questions. Any better ideas from you? His hand just like buried in this corpse, his eyes like shining a bright orange. Anybody? We're taking requests.
Questions for Snaggletooth.
Not good ones.
Would you rather have
What happened to your
raisin
tooth?
bagels? Think carefully.
Honey with cream cheese, yes or no? Who would know?
Great question.
Not so easy, is it, Chuck?
It's fine.
Kirby.
Kirby Madoff.
Scrungle.
Oh, God.
Either Senior or Barb. And the light just kind of like floats out of its face before the flames die down, and your hand is just cold inside of this corpse.
Senior what? Damn it.
No answer.
We think that's the wizard, perhaps?
Perhaps.
And he just pulls his hand out. Right. All right. Wizard next, possibly named Senior. Did we get a ID for this one?
This guy's name is Eric Chandler.
Mage?
Mm-hmm.
Eric.
What a normie name. Okay.
Alas, poor Eric. Do him very-
Eric Chandler.
Ah!
Oh my god.
Or perhaps
Again.
we should think of some. Oh no.
The lights just and he just.
Eric, what is your connection? I'm sorry, interest. What is your interest in the chemical circle?
Purely academically speaking.
Circle of chemicals is but a myth. Roll an insight check for me.
Fucking lying ass piece of shit, dead body.
I'll resurrect you so I can kill you again.
That's a 25.
Yeah, lying through his teeth.
We can afford to do it.
Yeah. That is what I believed. What was your connection with the original Normandy Woodford?
A preserver of arts is always appreciated.
Why kill him?
It was not by choice, but rather necessity.
What do you know about the Creek?
Nothing but a vigilante. A thorn in my side.
Not anymore.
What was the end goal of the Hook Nation? Perhaps a mission statement, maybe company values.
Bob simply wanted to live comfortably. Everyone served his purposes perfectly. I think that's 5. Or is that
That's
4?
5. That's 5.
And then the.
So, relays the information. Apparently, Normandy was doing work with these individuals, but I can't seem to get why they had something on him, or perhaps it was just profit.
Why would it be more difficult, easier for them to hide it in a crystal, in an artist statue, than just dump them into the sewers? It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, or feed
Could've
them
been-
Bob to eat them, yeah?
It could have been a way for both of them to make money. Normandy could have had a weird fascination with corpses.
Had millions down there. They had a way to make
rich,
money.
I mean, yeah, but limited. How many people, when you do business with them, can bring a silver coin? They're hard to find, so not all of that money came from that.
Wait, okay, out of character. They killed, or we believe they killed the original Woodward. And then they kidnapped Renee because Renee was posing as Woodward?
Yeah, they're like, hey, there's that guy we killed. That's not.
Yeah, how is he
So
still
they-
alive?
Okay, so it was like how is he still alive kind of thing, and not like
Mhm.
okay.
And then when they found out that he wasn't real, then they're like, oh well, we can still make money off of you rather than just kill
okay,
you.
okay. That makes sense now.
All right, it's a big boy.
And I think this is where we're going to take our break. Thank you guys so much for joining us for A Sinner's Dream thus far. Be sure to spend your elf eggs for that dice entry. And I forgot to do this at the beginning of the session. One more thing that I need to plug. Heavy Arms just dropped his new alchemy almanac. And it is full of everything from monster, what's the word I'm looking for? Scavenging parts, to making medicines, to making potions, to making like all sorts of different alchemical agents. Go check him out. HeavyArms.com. Buy his new thing. It's pretty fantastic. We will be back in 10.
One.
I think my favorite bit was the actual like facial expression going across with the.
It was so good that I had to bring us in before he even got finished so that everybody could see it.
Welcome everybody to back to A Sinner's Dream.
A
we're in the
Noir
middle
campaign written by Charles Baker.
Oh,
Thanks. Appreciate that.
Yeah.
Sounds so professional when you say it that way.
Excuse me.
Oh, great follow.
there it goes. Right out the
Professionalism.
door.
You can only gild a turd so much.
Professional stream.
Consummate
Professional streamers.
So, as you slam your fist into this troll's chest, there is a moment where it doesn't look like it's going to work, as the body kind of like the flame kind of sputters out where the acid had kind of like cut the troll in half in the moment before the flame kind of goes back up and flares. And so you hear the... What do you want?
What I want is to know why was Normandy Woodford working with the
Convenience.
for whom?
Both parties.
What was Normandy getting from the arrangement?
Something to melt the stone around.
Okay.
You just want to come out and ask who was it in the stone?
What about like why?
Probably multiple people. Sounds like
Could
this
that
was a
be-
pretty common thing.
Like, is it something to do with the Arwintinian granite in particular, since that was also mentioned?
Yeah, it could be part of the refinnement process.
What are we on? Is this number 4?
Yep.
This
no,
will
you're on
be
3.
question
This will
4.
be question 4.
Be question 4, okay. Why would you need to hide people granite versus just killing them so often?
Make a persuasion check.
Roll high. Roll high.
Roll high.
See if this troll respects the strong.
15.
You see the granite as a preservative aspect few people know about. Keeps them fresh, cooked.
Is this your fucking carbonite?
The real question is, why are these people needing to be preserved rather than just rotting? Like, why?
It is.
Or who's buying the statues?
Oh, that's public knowledge.
Yeah, that we
If
can
you'll
look up,
remember.
yeah.
Yep.
And I remember the Blue Streak grabbed one of them, so they were interested, but I don't know how many. Woodward could have had its own separate operation. Anyways,
Last one.
Circle of chemicals. What do you want with them?
Make another persuasion check, please.
$18. 23, I'm sorry. I bat my eyelashes at this whole corpse. Pretty please.
They kept Eric supplied with materials for our little studies. And the flame dies out.
I tell everyone what I found out. I thought this was a wild goose chase, I call it. Circle of chemicals. I've looked into them in the past, but it's always been a conspiracy theory. May as well be looking for Rick Fiddler.
Copper, make a history check for me, please.
Figure out who Rick Fiddler is.
That's 8. So
Gets the whole backstory on Rick Fiddler.
For a total of?
no, that's the total.
Oh, okay, cool.
We at least know where he is.
Where is he?
On the roof.
Yeah, we made that one. It was
Yep.
true. It was accurate. Also, who is Senor? That's the other question I still have.
I'll take a history check from Harold with advantage.
Oh shit.
What was one of the names on that list? It was right. It was the Minotaur.
It was a name on the list.
It was not the Minotaur,
No,
but it was on the list.
the guys that
And it was
summoned
on the
fu-
guest list.
Oh baby. So I've been forgetting that on history checks I also get a D4 because of historian. So that is a 21 on the dice plus 13.
Nice.
No, because after I was
18 plus 3 on
Yep.
the D20 and the D4.
Yeah, no.
plus 13.
Senior is I believe a buyer and a seller, if I remember correctly, on the list. And let me go and check. Senior was a seller. Senior was a buyer on that list from the dossier that you got from Jonathan's house way back when, I think episode 3. And he was also on the guest list for the art gallery, though you guys never met him specifically. Well, exchange names.
Probably the one that summoned the fire.
However, I will allow another history check from Copper on that name.
Okay. 17.
With a 17, it's been the better part of probably, I don't know, 6 months since you've talked to Devin about kind of what's going on down in the park. But the last, you do remember one of the conversations involving a figure that tends to hang out near the eldest willow, that people called Senior.
No, but I forgot as I wipe my hands off. We have a living Bob. A hook. We have a living hook. Shaded lily. But I think this is enough information here for now.
I need you to make a wisdom. I think it's a wisdom saving throw.
Me?
Mm-hmm.
Bye.
Let me check the spell.
Because you said shaded lilies in front of. Oh wait, no. Everyone here has been there. Eli's been there. Well, not Eli, Copper.
Yes.
But the nature of the spell is not if they've been there, so you can't discuss it with anybody who's not a part of.
But he's
I'd have to check the wording again.
Well, Copper's seen it.
11 if you want to do damage.
I haven't joined.
Didn't have time.
That's on the to-do list.
I thought the gaze spell was triggered though by entering the wards. So when you went to the wards and came back, I thought that was, I don't know. Go away. I'm at full health.
Nah, we're good.
Pip, we need to have a quick discussion about Scrungle.
Okay, what are you going to talk about?
I know you.
Do you want to do my message first? Because I would have done it when I went out for bagels.
Oh no!
My goodness.
I'm gonna have to go kill Scrungle.
I found all of these in a box at Scrunkle's place.
It's
still.
That was one reason Pip got up early to go get bagels, and why
I think they're raisins.
I had a reason to leave. No, those are fresh from a bakery down the street. But 25 words does not take a lot of time to say.
All right, cool. Sure, you go. Are you going to Scrunkle's or are you just sending a message?
Just sending a message.
Okay, what you got?
This is the morning after we cleared the building.
Okay.
I don't know anything that the police have done.
Yep.
Your new shop is free of its previous occupants. The cops were outside when we left. The beggar outside is unknown and dangerous. Bring smart people for the crystal. That's it. I think that's about 25 words.
Pretty close.
So anyways, as I was saying,
the response is...
Okay.
Good. You're smart people. Bring your smart people.
I will immediately find a phone because our smart people can't touch that crystal.
Okay.
Veda, Copper, I would be very offended. I think you're both very intelligent. Anyways, as I was saying, Pip, that crystal sounds is bad news. Like, it is very dangerous, and if Scrungle just starts playing with it or something happens, I mean, he could take out blocks, if not the whole city, right? Could start a chain reaction that explodes all of them. Just saying it's an unknown. So I think maybe we hold off. Maybe give Harold and I like a week or so before we tell him and just go set up shop in there. If that's okay with you.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, Harold can't even get near the thing without like possibly exploding from the inside.
Oh, that's not the problem. We have ways, right? Because he can use his mind. Yeah, I mean, Harold, you can.
Yes. I mean, there's first of all, I do have ways to view and communicate without being in the room myself. Not the least of things is that I have been in the room and I can go near it at least to some degree. So I believe I could have at least, instruct somebody on what to do if I was nearby.
Oh, so you could theoretically help Scrungle?
I could theoretically help. Will help.
Okay, that's good to know.
Yep.
I called him this morning.
Bloody hell.
Look, a deal's a deal, man. Like, Scrunkle's been there for me. I've had times I've needed stuff, and we said, hey, you can have it. You were there. You agreed. You seem like people of your word. We can go back. We can help. But, deal's a deal.
I'm just going to pat Pip on the shoulder. He's just like a little. Okay. All right, well, you have a point. So we will have to deal. We have to do all of this research, Harold. Needs to be done.
If it
with Scrungle's help.
If it helps, we don't know how long it'll take Scrungle to move everything. There's also the cops and the beggar. So Scrungle might not be there immediately. You might have to compete a little, wait for the cops to die down. Who knows? Or he could, honestly, he's kind of a mystery. I don't know if he can just travel through any box. And there were boxes there. So
that would be an incredible power.
Amazing.
How did you know I was planning on that, Dylan? That's not fair. Spoilers.
Stop looking at Chuck's notes, Dylan.
Yeah.
Pip honestly has no idea, and how Scrungle moves is an enigma.
You know, this the Scrungle of Tindalos, and he can transport himself to any box throughout the universe in time.
He's been there for years, and I haven't seen him change. And he's just a ghost.
Explains one of many unfortunates.
Scrungle is Scrungle. He's part of the sewers, part of the docks.
Chuck.
Dustin.
Callback from last session.
Yep.
The things we could do with the crystal were change the layout of the house, or we could shut it down. And if it shut down, the outside would shape to however it was shut down. Correct?
Yeah.
Correct.
Potentially breaking down buildings.
I don't think I asked the question, but did our understanding of it, I think both of us rolled pretty high, if I'm not mistaken. Actually, no, we didn't roll at all. You just told us we had that stuff because of Sage.
Yep.
But do we think once we shut it down, it would be easy for the layperson to turn back on, or could it be turned back on at all?
With the fact that you guys were in a library full of manuals specifically about the Arcana Core in particular, this cobalt crystal is one that large in and of itself is probably pretty volatile. Shutting it down would require an extensive amount of work to bring it back up. If the crystal doesn't shatter on the way back up.
And if the crystal were to shatter on the way back up, Is that
Big
spelling
boom.
catastrophe? Cool.
There's like a 40% chance of it doing that. Just as a standard.
As an inquisitive mind in general, do I get any kind of sense that or do I have any knowledge of a safe way to break down a material like that in terms of disposing of it or removing it from, like, obviously I couldn't do it anymore because I couldn't touch it, or at least I don't think I can.
The best way to get rid of Cobalt is, like, to dispose of it, is to release the magic that's within it, the planar magic that it holds, completely, and then shatter the gem that held said magic. The way that you recharge a Cobalt crystal is by putting it back in the plane that it's attuned to, or a node that is attuned to said plane.
So do I think releasing that magic would cause problems for anyone other than me? Like,
it's basically,
or is it all conjecture?
It's conjecture at that point, because it's a matter of, like, I mean, you probably would have done smaller ones, like maybe ones that you could hold around and like put
in
on
like my first science kit when I was,
no, not even then. Like, that, it is volatile enough that would not be allowed anywhere outside of university shit. Correct.
Yeah. Damn it, and I've used I know a guy.
You have.
It's just going to have to be on the burner. Unfortunately for me, it's much more difficult. I actually don't.
So something we could do, so an option, is we have, hey Copper, could you go like la 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 really quick? Yeah, you know, fingers in the ears.
Really?
Yes. My mind will explode.
Okay. La 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 la.
I don't think that's a thing. We just spend that. I mean, we have to go do some paperwork.
I would rather save myself the headache. But perhaps we could convince Scrungle. I mean, he needs people to maintain the crystal. So what better than to also give our friends in the trench coats access to a powerful crystal that they can do experiments and magic and whatever with.
Elphus.
If it doesn't, yeah, it should be fine.
Seem like the type that if I were to outline a regulation, readily woman follows it, understanding consequence.
He believes in deals. Scrungle's never screwed me on a deal.
One thing I might consider in that, and I recognize the irony of I myself, of all people, preaching caution in the endeavor for knowledge and whatnot, but there are many people within the Shaded Lilies that are like-minded to me, in which I think the wrong person poking around the crystal may get a bit curious, perhaps a bit unsafely curious.
Okay.
And perhaps that's not the best idea either.
I mean, they're already poking around the crystal that holds up the fabric of our reality. Can't get much more dangerous.
But it can get more dangerous, oddly enough.
Nah! If they can either mess up the crystal with the whole city, or they can blow up one if that's only like 1/10 of the city.
Yeah, but...
Can I stop yet?
There's a very good chance that the one that explodes, being of equal caliber, similar makeups as a together, rips a hole in the other.
Okay, so they're basically it's the same thing. They're maintaining one crystal, and if they maintain the other crystal, and now if they blow up either one, it's a problem.
Maintain
Same
is a strong word. More
responsibility.
like just observe through a telescope, but versus, anyways, I don't want to argue. You're right. A deal's a deal. Harold and I will figure out what to do.
I'm assuming this conversation is being had like at Harold's before you go to the place, right?
Yeah.
Before you go to the police station.
Or
maybe after.
We're having it standing over the corpse of the.
I have to ask.
Yeah. Somewhere around there.
Okay.
I'd like to find wherever Gerald Fitzgerald is and have every private conversation we ever have right in front of him.
I just thought, we can't be there all the time. And do you want Scrungle to pick the team of people that maintain the explosive crystal?
Not at all. No, we will again. All right, Pip. This is a deal. Harold and I will go. Let Scrungle know. Just hey, a lot going on. You've got a lot of redecorating to do, a lot of cleanup, a lot of moving. Maybe don't touch the crystal till we get there. No need.
Well, I told him to bring smart people to handle a magic crystal, and he said we're smart and we should come over. So he's expecting us, specifically to handle the crystal.
Right, and I'm saying. Yeah, go ahead, Harold. Perhaps perhaps it's my words. Is it my accent?
I think then we're on the same page somehow.
I think so. Yeah, we go over and maintain crystal until we establish someone else to.
Right. As soon as he sends message to you, we'll go. Just Scrungle.
Yeah.
See with how to properly manage and maintain the arcane reactor.
Okay, but I used my message. Can you let him know to call us? Does the morgue have a payphone by the bodies?
Not a rush.
It's the police station. There's a ways. I guarantee you, there's runic circles here to do so.
You are like
not on those
phone
wiretap
call.
motherfuckers.
I'll go let him know. I'll go use one of the circles. It's okay. I'll be right back. I just beep beep beep.
God bless. Scrungle speaking.
I was about to do that in Scruggle's voice. Scrungle.
Hey, just let us know when you're done moving in. We'll come check out the crystal.
Okay. Beep beep beep.
He just ripped the line out of the wall instead of hanging up the phone.
Well, he had to put it in a box to move it.
Yeah, we will also like to know if you'd like to donate to the KPD policeman's ball. Oh man, happens every time.
And also, strangely, we've been trying to reach you about your vehicle's extended warranty. I know this is a lot to take in.
You don't want to be responsible for that walking machine, man. It's not worth the insurance.
So, there's your response. Okay.
Awesome. They'll give us a call.
Harold
We have
is going to make
approximately 4
plans to go
hours.
over there very soon.
Approximately 4 hours. He had like a solid 40-foot pipe in width, full of boxes.
Scrungle's an enigma. You saying it's gonna take 2 hours? It's not as big as we thought.
Dude, we're never gonna get him and Harris in the same place because the world will explode.
Solid.
Carry on. What's next?
Pip, can I?
Oh yeah,
You
we
done?
waved you. We waved you down for sure. Once we started talking about Scrungle, we waved you down.
Nice.
That's the other thing we need to do. How do you feel about tattoos and serving your city?
I mean, I don't have any tattoos yet, but like
Sweet.
they seem cool. And serving the city, I feel like I do that already.
Awesome. We're probably going to wait as long as possible because the last time we brought someone, we got in trouble. So
Oh, okay.
we're just going to avoid this problem for a little bit.
Wait, who was it that you spoke to while you were there?
Alan.
Oh, right, you spoke to Alan. I believe.
He's going to get in trouble.
Right, which.
Let's go solve this problem right now.
Oh, I wish Mac were here for this.
Guys, I know that I took a shower and everything, but like, are you sure they're gonna want me?
They're actually quite nice. I'm not quite sure why Harold is so suspicious about them all of a sudden, but they're quite nice. There's one called Alan.
Oh,
He's very nice. He's a little parakeet kind of thing.
Yeah, we've met. I'm my clothes are rags, is what I mean to say. Is that going to be a problem? Are they like classist or?
You know, now that I think about it, couple, we have been rushing into this just a little bit. We do need to talk because I do like you. We are birds of a feather, you and I.
Yeah.
And you did kidnap a person.
I technically did not.
That is the other reason we're at the KPD right now. You need to serve some time.
All this and you're leaving me
Next
here?
8 sessions, Copper's just like doing scene for the brain.
We're adventuring, and then Chuck's like, Copper. Someone
Lunch today
stole your toothbrush. Someone stole your toothbrush.
It's a good thing Copper knows how to make ships, baby.
Wave
Not
at
without your
Copper.
toothbrush.
Wave at Copper's on the sides of the road picking up trash. Wave at them as we go on our adventure.
See you in a few
When-
months,
when-
Copper.
When he asked if you wanted to serve your city, he was talking about
This is
community
what he
service.
and that's the tattoo as well. It's
150 hours of
got
community
the tear,
service.
you know.
I took a sip of water at the wrong time.
But you know, so that's the downside. Generally, kidnapping someone we care about.
I mean, did they have to know?
Kidnapping in general, not a big problem. We kind of do
They
that when
kinda-
necessary, but kidnapping someone we
I mean,
love,
like-
that's a real problem.
They made me do it. I
Okay.
told them, like, you want to know what happened? We were in the middle of it, and they were like, "Oh, you have to come and help." And I was like, "No, I don't fight. I find."
Okay.
And then they were like, "Well, find better." And then I had to go with him for the pickup. So
And Pip, we call it detaining. It is not kidnapping. Just to yeah.
You've got to understand the language. It's very important when it comes to legal terms.
well, what if you just say that I helped detain someone? Then would that
So we
make it
detain
okay?
criminals. You detained just a person. More importantly, you detained a person we were invested in, and that's the problem. So, but
Okay.
you did help us get the person.
Yeah.
So personally, we'll hold the vote. I think Copper's in the clear. Anybody who agrees, just go ahead, let me know. Anybody who thinks they should serve jail time, we're right here.
I feel like I'm gonna feel differently about you if you tell me I should be in jail.
That
New
makes
York
you my
abstains
answer, bitch.
courteously.
We can't have this vote
So-
until Mac is here. We're gonna assume that
That's
it's
true.
withheld
No,
until
no.
Mac arrives.
Now's the
say-
only time we can't
Don't make
talk.
him
I will say,
That's not true.
I have been trying to look at things
3v3.
from a wider lens.
Copper doesn't get a.
Yeah. Wilhelm?
And realistically, we detain people that are criminals. Or that we believe
Realistically.
may be criminals. Raise two questions. Within the boundaries of the law.
Okay.
Renee is not necessarily not a criminal. No, it's illegal. What the legal
What if-
precedence is, they yes, we were doing a job for them, but they are not.
I've never heard Wilhelm go into that questioning inflection like that.
So, you know what? Whatever.
Well, I mean, if you look at it this way, I have never had the opportunity through official channels, let's call it, to detain actual criminals. So I've just been honing my skills in the wild.
So what you're saying is you would like not only a job, you need a positive role model, like our good friend Wilhelm here.
Sorry. A job sounds good. Wilhelm, you seem great. I'm sure you're a great role model, but like I don't know you like that yet. You know, nothing against you, not at all. I'm sure you're wonderful, and I'm sure we'll get to know each other. But
Copper, I'm trying to keep you out of jail here.
Yeah.
I really thought Pip was going to offer himself as the role model, and I'm just sitting here thinking, like, Veda's the first time Veda ever met him, he was slowly stabbing someone in the chest,
In
like
the
that
feet.
scene from
in
like
the bottom of the feet. No, it was the feet. I will never forget that scene.
just slowly,
One
and
on the front
smiling.
and one on the top, both like just.
Pip is essentially offering Copper the exact same deal that Weatherford gave him.
Yep, it is. That is pretty much it.
We flash back to a scene years ago, a while ago, where Weatherford says word for word the exact same thing Pip just said.
I'm pretty sure Pip walked into Weatherford Hole Investigations, and Weatherford's like, huh. He has a little booklet, flips it through, and there's like a really just cheap wanted poster for this minor criminal. He's like, that's interesting. And then I tell him my story, and he's like, even more interesting.
Huh.
Okay.
Huh.
Yeah.
What particular skills do you have? Knives.
That's interesting.
Sorry, sounds good.
I can jump.
Wilhelm will be a role model, and Wilhelm's just at the desk like.
You obviously need a sense of justice.
There's a halfway cracked out dude in the corner. Anyway, continue.
Yeah. I need a job and a role model.
Right now that you're going on the straight and narrow,
Yeah.
rejoining society, because you just come into a lot of money. Well, how much money do you have?
I have some. I've collected some.
Hang on, sorry. We just came into a lot of money. Did
I mean, you don't
come
have to
into a lot of money? Did
I-
you grab anything?
I have grabbed some money in the past little while.
From the pile?
Yeah.
A pile.
We were all there.
From a pile.
I have money, like a little bit.
Okay.
I'm doing pretty well.
Okay. Look, I
just
know where
don't need
you're
a lot
coming
of things. But like, where are you going with the money part?
How much gold did you grab from the pile?
Why do you want to know specifically?
Just not exact numbers.
Enough.
Okay. So like, if we went shopping, you could get clothes.
How much are?
They're
I've never tried to really
More-
buy any.
more than we've ever had, but not that much.
I don't know if you were aware of this, but now that you're living with Dimitri actually makes and sells.
They make clothes.
Clothes, yes.
Oh, because I have some ideas. Like, because when you never have clothes, you think about what you might want to wear when you do it one day. And so I have ideas.
You do? This is pretty much what I pictured. I made this.
Yeah.
Well, not the.
Well, I
not
made
the-
I made this, but like it's not much.
Also, typical.
I had help.
Cinches the rope around his waist.
I had some help. I had some friends guide me on how to do the stuff, so it's okay.
I mean, I would feel bad asking Dimitri to like make clothes for me.
No, we will buy
Like,
clothes.
just
I just need to
saying.
know if I'm going to buy you clothes or if you're going to buy.
Oh, you don't have to. You don't have to buy me clothes, unless they're really expensive.
We're loaded now. You can get like gold notes worth of clothes.
Okay.
Yeah, we don't have to settle for copper clothes. Not copper clothes, but like copper note clothes.
Wow.
Can I ask?
Probably the most bizarre
is a trip.
conversation I've been a part of in quite some time.
This is a level of poverty that Veda never considered.
That's it's
Like-
extreme. I can't disagree, and I just spent the last 20 minutes talking to 3 different dead people.
Yeah.
Can I ask you one serious question, Papa?
Me. Yeah.
Yes. Were there times when you were doing your job where you felt you were doing the wrong thing?
Oh.
And maybe sometimes when you're like, no, this is... No.
There were definitely times where I was like, these are really bad people, but I'm gonna stay out of that part because I really need to buy food for Morwen. You know, like that kind of thing. Yeah, like I didn't
But you understood.
Do I know right? You want to understand if I know right from wrong is where we're going here.
There's
right?
a difference between knowing
and like knowing.
Understanding.
Yeah. Yeah. I would say yes. I have that skill. You just have to overlook a lot of stuff. Sometimes.
This is the weirdest job interview I've ever seen.
I've actually 12 years in the restaurant industry. I've had worse.
You know, that's fair.
Yeah.
Coming from
What is your
Morgan,
availability?
Open, actually.
How do you feel about nights and weekends?
I prefer actually nights. Weekends, but nights,
time.
yeah. Ooh. No sick time. It's a good thing I got healing spells.
free emergency health care. Feta. Wilhelm.
Jesus, it's like I don't even exist anymore.
I said both. I just went in alphabetical order.
Backwards.
Willem was like, "Yeah, I'm the moral center."
Wait, no.
Sorry. And then Veda just walks into the room.
What's the alphabet, Chuck?
I went to JD instead of Wilhelm. Whoops.
Anyways.
And then even if you went to JD, Adelaide is an
No. I went Veda.
Veda.
And JD. I went Veda and JD.
Anyways. Welcome aboard. I don't think you'll have to be as concerned, not only with whatever asset you had already grabbed, but I think you'll get your investigator salary. You are essentially a member of this organization. Now you have taken the journey through the tunnel. The only options are to forget any of this ever happened, which can make happen for you, or join them.
No, I would rather join.
Yeah.
Mostly because I don't like the idea that like no one can go in my head. No.
Yeah, no, I 100% agree. Don't ever
Yeah.
go to gangers. So.
Wait. How much? What's the salary?
We get, I think, 3 credits a week.
No, not
credits.
No. That's from the Shaded Lily. The.
You're talking Weatherford
Hold, but the Lily pays our salary to maintain the illusion that we're working. And I believe it was 200 or 300
a week?
It was
every 2 weeks.
500 a month.
For a new intern, it would be about 300 a month.
Okay.
It has worked his way up.
To 500.
Wilhelm to 500, and everybody else made like 7. If I remember right.
Harold's a consultant. Consultants make the real money.
Yep. Harold's over here making like 1,200 gold notes a month just doing consulting work.
Wilhelm donates half of his salary to charity anyway.
And the other half
And by
to
charity,
the
he
brewery.
means to the brewery.
Well, that's a lot of money. So
Like I
yeah.
said, we can get like any cars.
Is there any weird like thing about if or when you eventually leave? Like, do you have to do a memory wipe if you ever like quit that job?
Yeah.
Yes, in the paperwork.
Okay.
You'll get a lot of it.
Okay.
That is
Yes.
the least excited I've ever heard you about a form, Wilhelm.
Did I sound not excited?
It seems so.
Don't I look happy?
Can someone help me?
Don't I look happy?
You held that for a long time. Good
I
job.
really tried.
Just know, Kappa, if you ever stray from the path, memory wipes the least of your worries. The air ignites around. I can always ask you 5 questions.
Okay.
They will have
Great.
to send someone to get you, and that might be us.
That would suck. All right. Well, I will take the job, I guess.
Excellent.
So where are we heading to next, guys?
I would like to immediately bring Copper to the Lilies and just announce that Alan brought him in.
Okay.
And
make
and
a
that
perception
was
check.
kind of a joke.
Wilhelm's looking for Xena.
Okay.
Or information on.
Make a perception check as you're traveling to like the local library of sorts.
Boy, the 24.
So in the grayscale light, as you are traveling alone to this library, as you're kind of going to public records of sorts, you've probably traveled these streets 1,000 times over minimum, and on foot, because your original flat is maybe 5-6 blocks from the library. Leaving the police station that is a distance away, you're used to seeing kind of decrepit buildings kind of closed down or left alone, abandoned of sorts. However, there's one that catches your attention here in the housing district that never really seemed to catch your attention until now. There's an old decrepit building that has tall steeples that reach very, very high above these windows that are all boarded up except for a single circular window in the middle of this cathedral that has the glass open. There's this large, dark Gothic cathedral is almost ominous and unlit from the outside, and very stoic, for lack of another word. There are a handful of statues that kind of line the rooftop spires. Each one is a knight, like in full plate, in various different states of disrepair, holding their left hand up to their faces. And there's a wrought iron gate that is chained and locked that kind of keeps you from this very small courtyard going up to the front steps. And as you're kind of like walking along, it catches your attention as you see, as you hear like this soft, almost musical hum coming from overhead, coming from that window. And as you kind of look up and over, you see one of the statues, one of the only ones near that actual window, has a gauntlet that covers that left eye. and you can just barely make out the outline of an eye on the left goblin. Make a religion check for me, please. Muted.
That isn't me.
You're
Someone to give me
not
advantage with stage.
say just for research purposes. I will say you're not really sure who this is.
It's the Hunchback of Notre Dame.
But that hum is nobody else seems to like. There are people that pass you on the streets in these grayscale streets, and no one else seems to really notice it.
And the gate is locked tight.
There's even a couple boards on it that are saying like "caution, stay out" in various different languages.
Pop it.
Make an athletics check for me, please.
Am I alone?
Certainly seemed that way. 13 is you're kind of like hopping over the top of it. It rattles underneath you, underneath the weight of your plate mail. As you land on the other side and kind of make your way up to it. This small courtyard, there's a couple of like stone benches on either side of a very, very small, aged fountain. And a set of double doors that look very heavy, made of wood banded in metal. And there is a chain there on it with the padlock on the double door.
I will walk past the. I just scanning the area of any. The humming seems to be coming from above, like up inside the cathedral.
Almost like it's yes, it sounds like it's coming from the window above specifically, kind of like flowing down, almost ethereally.
How difficult does this lock look?
Make an investigation check. With a 19, looking at it, it looks like it's your standard like city lock. They are typically abjured to stay like to ward off cracking open with like, you know, big snips, but it's a situation that looking at it, it looks old enough that those enchantments probably wore off.
No, that could have.
Do you have any tools to break it with, or are you just going to punch it? Okay. Make an attack roll for me, please.
That was enough. Right, so.
Yeah, so let's see. Add your strength and your proficiency modifier to it. So if that's correct, strength is.
Yeah, no, so that's right. 2 and 4, 6. Yeah, that's a 9.
Plus one more from your knuckles.
My knuckles, yeah. 10.
So 13 from the first one, and then 10 from the second. The first one lands, and you can feel it like almost. And as you go to strike a second time, it glances off. But it's fairly weak. You could probably just pull it at this point. Okay. Roll an athletics check or just a straight strength check. The 17 is you grab a hold of it and you yank that lock apart as portions of it almost shatter from the ice that had begun to build from within. And you pull the chain loose, open up the door. We're going to go to the other guys. So, as the four of you make your way to one of the closer locations of our friend here in the Shaded Lilies. It's maybe a few blocks from the police department, from the precinct down here in the housing district. Once again, you feel that kind of like that darkness that overtakes you for a moment is almost pressing before you get into that large cavern where people are moving around. You can see the statue and like the dome there in the center with the telescope going up towards the crystalline structure of a ceiling overhead. That purple almost glowing down, giving everything this almost purple dull glow amongst a variety of different floating lights that keep everything lit down here for people to do their work at their various different desks. There are the, there's the B&B department that's currently working on a variety of different projects, as you can hear kind of the occasional sound of tools tapping onto metal. You can hear, like, from the mechanics section of all of this, off in the distance, a loud engine just kind of fire off before roaring off into a tunnel, echoing across the space. A couple of people kind of holding their ears. Down in a corner, though, near the door towards the prison portion of this space, you can see a yellow, like, feathered figure sitting at a desk, feet up, just kind of hat over the top of his face, sitting.
Hello, Alan.
There's no response from the guy. Justin, you're muted.
Mr. Alan?
Is it not Alan?
Oh no, it looks like Alan.
Hopper's gonna lean in. Hey, Alan. Fuck you.
I forgot that.
As you do that, he reaches a feathered finger up and kind of pushes the hat up and looks over at you real close and just goes, so you met the guy, huh?
Yeah, and I got some extra money for that.
Hold on. He reaches into his pocket and pulls out a handful of notes and slaps them into your palm.
How much?
10.
Was it? 10? Okay.
Does Mac offer you 15?
I think Mac doubled it.
I don't know. I'd have to go back on the
I actually think I remember him saying that, but we'll let
Might have.
Nah.
Yeah.
We'll find out take it from
next week.
So how's everything going, guys? I see we met our friend Kappa. Hey.
Harold will be like, louder than he needs to in the conversation, like just so that more than a few people around him hear. Yes, Alan, this new friend of ours that you brought into the fold, I don't believe any paperwork was done for him.
Actually, while you guys were out, and he pulls open a drawer and slaps a bunch of paperwork down onto the table. I took care of it for the kid. All you got to do is sign your name, make sure that everything is, all your P's are crossed right or whatever.
Are any of you, not you, Alan, are any of you good at reading contracts?
Look at Harold.
Yep.
I'm gonna land on
like
Harold.
the rest of ours.
It's the exact same contract that you had before. No amendments made whatsoever.
Looks to be in order here.
And he like as he's looking at it, he pulls a couple of pamphlets off and unfolds a map for you to see. That's the entirety of Kasmar. You can see a couple of red marks that have been marked off where he says, and here we got a spot that you can come down in. Here you got a spot you can come down in. All these little red spots here that you see on this map, locations to come back here. We got tunnels all over the place in Kasmar. All right, this is yours. Keep it safe. Don't let it get wet. You smell like shit, but you smell better today. So congratulations on your shower, I guess. And here's and he pulls out this little plastic piece and kind of hands it across to you. Oh.
I don't need to keep this. I've already watched people go in like half of these places, to be honest, and like the other ones I can remember. So.
Sure, kid, sure. He takes it back and then he hands you a small like plastic tube about yay long He says, "You're not gonna actually like do anything with this. You're just gonna hold it to your skin where you want your tattoo to be. This is how you get. This is kind of how you keep track of everything. And it'll keep you from being seen like once a day for a few hours, for like an hour or so. I'd have to check. I don't remember the exact. I don't ever use it because I don't fucking leave here anymore. I mean, my folks already think I'm dead. So like, here, and he hands you this small tube. You can hear it kind of like you rattle it for a second. You can hear it rattling, a piece of metal rattling around inside.
Like I can just hold it in one spot.
Yeah, but you're gonna want to take the needle out of the container.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Should I do this now? Or...
Probably.
Yeah.
That's
okay.
Yeah,
all right.
definitely a good idea.
This is what it looks like.
And it's
Pull
like
down
this
the
little
collar.
it's a little stylized version of a lily that you've seen marked in a variety of different places throughout Kasmar, but never really knew who it supposedly belonged to. And it's make a nature check for me.
God, why?
Are you proficient in alchemist tools? Or herbalism?
Herbalism, yes.
Have it with advantage, please.
Okay, thank you.
Don't think of yet.
Oh my God. Okay, so
It's up to
that's
the
a
dice.
natural 20 for a 23.
It
a
is
lot better than 7.
It is a shadow lily. It is a stylized version, a stylized icon of a shadow lily, which is a lily that takes energy from the Shadowfell, supposedly, and is considered often very highly dangerous and poisonous to people. But it's like this stylized little version of a lily, and Alan kind of like pulls down at his neck over here, and he kind of looks over, he kind of leans forward, and you can see it across the feathers. It's not just like on the skin.
Okay.
That's how you're gonna get around. People are gonna actually like talk to you here now that you have that. Besides me and these fucksticks,
Should it be somewhere I can cover it?
that's up to you. Most people do. People will probably think it's a gang affiliation up top, so probably just be careful about that shit.
Okay. Copper takes out the needle, just right in his chest.
You're just gonna stick it there, or are you gonna hold it against it? Like you're gonna stick the needle in the skin?
You just have to poke it. You don't have to like, what bam?
Well,
what kind of?
You literally hold it horizontally, like I mean,
Yeah,
like
you can
this.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Like, Copper will start to go in and like being correct. Will be like, oh, of course, I knew that.
After about 15 seconds or so, it becomes fluid on your skin, and then becomes a tattoo of that same that shadow lily.
Now we all match.
Mm-hmm.
Congratulations, kid. Welcome to the Shaded Lilies, or the Order of the Trench Coats, depending on who you talk to, whichever one they prefer. You need a trench coat, kid?
I had a different kind of coat in mind.
Yeah,
I was gonna go.
Look, you get a free one. You get multiple free ones. If you want a trench coat, get a fucking trench coat, okay?
I'll look back at that. I'm like, do I want a trench coat? Are any of you wearing trench coats?
No.
Not at this time.
Nope. Theta doesn't even have one.
Copper will just take it, I guess, and not put it on.
I put one in my pack as like an emergency blanket.
That's a good idea. It's a big,
Yeah.
it's a big piece of fabric. That's wise.
It is a coat rack nearby with just multiple trench coats on it, and just says take one off that, and you take it off, and as soon as you take it off, another one sprouts in its place.
So many. All right, I should sign that piece of paper, I think. Before
Yeah,
I
probably.
Be sure to fill out your emergency contact. And
Who would that be?
Well, the person that gets everything if you die, you just put me down, and then we'll just go.
You just put me down. You can just put me down, he says.
It's kind of what we all did, we just all put each other down.
Copper looks at Pip for a second and just gives him a once over one more time, and
I'll take
puts
care of
Pip
your
down as emergency contact.
I'll be the one person that will take care of your cat.
You know what? I actually completely believe you. So yeah. And after hesitating for a moment, Copper has never signed a document before. He will just simply write his name in printing.
Nice. I'll make sure that this gets up to Emma here pretty quick. Hey, you guys got the tour down? You can make sure this kid knows where everything's at.
You've done everything else so well.
I think Copper completed their first job for the trench coats and deserves some merits.
You're absolutely right. By the way, kid, we don't do gold notes around here. We do a merit system based on how well you do your jobs. You do the right jobs, the right time. You get, you get merits. And then you go down and talk to Harris. Harris always knows what you need, whether you think you do or not. It'll always come in handy at some point. Harris is a weird fucker, alright? It's fucking weird, okay? The guy's absolutely insane. Tell me I'm wrong.
He's a bit like Scrung.
True. Who the fuck's Scrung?
Don't worry about it.
I like Scrung though, so that's good.
I'm sure that if you need to know, the higher ups will tell you.
You know what? You're right. That's fine with me. I don't fucking care. I don't care what you guys get into as long as you come back alive,
Might be the nicest thing you've ever said to any of us.
Also,
I'm actually a lot nicer than you give me credit for, but you tend to give me too much shit from time to time, okay? The only one I like out of you fuckers is this kid over here and that girl over there. The rest of you can fuck right off.
He's actually quite nice. We have tea sometimes.
We have had a couple cups of tea.
Alan?
Yes.
I didn't know you guys were dating.
Oh.
You are?
The parakeet feathers just kind of like ruffle up for a second. He's like, he looks over at you and they kind of flatten back down.
Isn't that the only reason people have tea together?
I've
You
never had
go
tea
out
with anybody.
you go out for a drink and you need something fancier than water, so
Well, I mean,
Gotta be code for something.
I mean, Veda, if you want to go get dinner sometime, I'm not going to complain about it,
Wait, is it drinks or dinner?
Both?
Oh.
Hopefully.
Wait, tea or drinks? That's different too, right?
Yes.
Just
the both.
Just look
you
at
can
Harold.
have both in the same night.
I'm gonna
Just look
get
at
in
Harold.
there, and you have a good bye.
What do you eat with tea? What goes with tea?
Biscuits, right?
You could do biscuits. You can do like any kind of pastry things.
Ooh,
Scones
I've
are
stolen
good,
some
yeah.
scones before. Oh,
Where are you going, Veda?
nothing.
And she's just like walking like 5 feet away. Literally nowhere. She's still within range. She's like, oh yes, scones are nice, yes.
Alan, I don't think you're supposed to date with people that are like watch over or something. I think
You act like this place fucking cares.
No, I
Really?
think it's just a bad idea in general.
Like, shouldn't you care?
It's not like I'm gonna do anything stupid and give her like a gazillion merits or some shit. People would notice.
Speaking of merits, we did just take out a gang.
Yeah.
What does that mean for us down here, huh?
One less headache. More peace in the city.
You can take that out with Bruce.
You're supposed to take it up with Bruce. Fight for us.
You're right. I will. I'll go talk to the Brucey guy here pretty
I'll
soon.
get right on that. Yep.
Insight.
Make
Don't
him
believe him.
It's
It's like a
That's a
4.
24. 24.
Pip. 4?
Yeah.
He's a little wishy-washy. Maybe, maybe not. However, Harold with the 24, he looks like he'll talk to Bruce about something.
About something.
Bruce is on holiday to the Maldives for the next 6 weeks, and he ain't about to tell you till the 4th.
That sounded personal.
Yeah, it really did. Like, are you okay?
Is everything all right at work?
Has anyone seen Mac's girlfriend?
Speaking
So,
of being on holiday to the Maldives with
I'll be back on the 4th. I'll go talk to Brucey whenever I get a second. Got a lot of work to do, just taking a short break.
I mean, they'd be my first merits, and like look at me, right?
Look, kid, you
It-
already
it'd be-
did what I asked you to do. I'll
Yeah.
make sure that you get you like an extra 10 starting out. Huh? You start out with 3, so let's get you a couple more. Huh?
That's
Sick.
so much more than we got.
Why is it sick? Is it ill?
No, I mean, thank you.
You're welcome. Well, you know, I should probably get back to work. Thanks for waking me up, though you didn't. Very funny, very funny. Next time you see Mac, tell him fuck you.
Is there more money in it for me?
Fuck no, there ain't no more money in it. Now
Then
it's
I'm
just
not
funny.
gonna do it.
But it's funny.
No, it's funny if you pay me for it.
That doesn't make any sense.
It does to me.
What if I give you one of my merits?
How much will a merit actually get me in a practical sense?
It's
But
like
it's his life yesterday, so quite a bit actually.
No, I want him to tell me.
I don't know what the fucking ratio is from gold votes to fucking merits, man.
I think you should just pay me if you want that to happen.
Why you gotta be that way about it, kid? Fuck. Playing hardball now. You weren't playing hardball yesterday. Where the fuck was this?
Well, you were offering money yesterday.
You know what? Fuck you, Copper. Get out of here.
Fuck you, Alan.
There are 2 of them now.
And that one was on the house.
Amazing.
All right, we got Copper initiated, sort of.
Yeah. We'll give Copper the tour.
Harold has a little
Fantastic.
bit of shopping he wants to do, but I mean, I for one, in character and out, don't need to roleplay shopping in this case. If you don't,
All of you now have access to who the Shaded Lily NPCs are, just so you know.
Sweet.
In the notes portion of Foundry.
Beautiful.
Beautiful. Yeah. Should have a few different folders available to you.
Yeah. Beautiful.
So,
Look, they did some work.
I've been doing a lot more work than you think. That's what happens when all my games are up.
And I don't see Vix on here.
Yeah, she's off. Doing Vix things.
She's doing Vix things. Okay. Fantastic.
I think technically she's our handler, but she has not handled once.
Anything. Nope, not once.
Mabel should be on here somewhere.
Oh yeah, we need Mabel. Mm-hmm.
Everybody knows who Mabel is. All right. So, let's see. Which one do I want?
Wait, Alan's rich?
Oh, yeah.
So, Wilhelm. Stepping into this cathedral is cathartic, to say the least. It's reminiscent of things that you used to do well before you started working for Weathford Hole. Hanging out with Tristan, going from site to site, checking like a variety of different things. Maybe even back home, there's a potential for you having almost lived in one of these rundown cathedrals. The benches are all full of dust, some of them broken and battered. There's a pulpit up the front, in front of a multiple sets of armor with that gauntlet up with the eye on the back of the palm, the back of the fist. It is completely empty. The arching, what are the words I'm looking for? Like the arching ceiling is at least 120 foot up. Huge cathedral. Bigger than it looks from the street because it's deeper than it is wide. You can see a couple of different wings off to the side that kind of like push off and go into smaller rooms that you probably assume is where there were some smaller classes held for whatever deity this place was originally honed for. As you walk through, there are a couple of doors on either side of this initial space where you can see, more than likely, there are a portion of, there are sets of stairs or there are back rooms where there are other offices. Overhead, you can hear that hum kind of filling the air. But the thing that keeps drawing your attention is this huge piece of stained glass. Of a single gauntlet with this massive eye in the center of it, on the backside. Looking at it, you know it to be the left side gauntlet. People don't typically wear these anymore, but it's just there. Make a perception check for me, please.
Wearing a goblet?
Gauntlet.
Gauntlet. Okay.
It's not great. I'm a little taken in, but it's a 12.
Excuse me. With a 12, I will take a survival check at disadvantage.
Oof.
This is a natural one.
Okay. Walking through the space, that humming continues as your shoes leave that soft clacking sound echoing through the space, almost rhythmically to that hum. As you get up to the pulpit, well, what do you want to do in this space?
I'm trying to stand this sound. That's coming. Trying to identify a sword.
With a 12 perception, it's almost omnipresent. However, I will take a history check from you at advantage if you would like it. Not at advantage, just a straight one.
God bless. You can't.
13.
Willem needs his people.
13. You've heard it before, though you're not entirely sure where, and it feels. Again, there's that nostalgic feeling. Yeah, it's that nostalgic, like almost comfortability.
All out.
What are you gonna say?
Hello? Anyone's there?
Okay. As you...
There.
Yeah, as it kind of echoes across the space, the humming doesn't stop. But it does, like the source does kind of begin to move a little bit. Now you're starting to catch on where it's at. It was overhead. There is, as you kind of look up and over from where you were, you look up and up at the top and you can see beams and arches that are holding up this ceiling. Before you kind of like see this figure kind of stop, leaning against one of the... Man, I love the fact that I can see the hair, like the chat over here in the windows, in Harold's window in the stream. As this figure steps out from behind one of these beams, this shadowed figure stops and just says, "Huh. Who do you follow?"
That's a moment. Difficult question. Myself.
Show me your arms. Pull the sleeves back, son.
And I will roll them up. Those symbols can be seen.
You poor soul. And then they step off of the beam and come rocketing to the floor before there's a poof as the dust just kind of... This figure in full plate stands up from that, superhero pose.
Invented.
Does it have like the one sexy leg extended though?
Masculine.
Still be sexy.
As he rises from that position, he stands tall. Why do you seek the audience of Helm as one who followed the betrayer? And with that, that's where we're going to call tonight's session.
No! Guardians of Helm?
Followers
Like
of
H-E-L-M?
Helm the god. Helm, yeah.
Okay, I don't know anything about the guns.
I don't.
I don't fucking know.
I knew who it was.
I never make
I knew who it
characters.
was before Wilhelm didn't know who it was, but I knew who it was.
Figured as much.
Is that the wizard's thing, or is that a Chuck thing?
No, that's a wizard's thing.
Oh, yeah, I don't know.
Well, there's a bit of a combination of the two, but you know. Thanks so much for joining us for tonight's session of A Sinner's Dream. Remember to check out Foundry, Forge. Go check out Heavy Arms and his new book that he just dropped that we've been waiting basically 4 years for. It's fantastic, by the way. He did a great job with it. Check out Michael Gelfi and his ambiances. Check out Midnight Syndicate and their more orchestraic stuff. Oh, by the way, we're going weekly with the show, so congratulations on that. I guess. That's torture me every week.
Oh, you're done teasing us. We're not doing tantric D&D anymore, are we?
No.
Maybe you are.
I will say this much: there will be weeks
full docking.
I'm never talking to you people again. I just.
No, me either. How about this? How about instead of going weekly, we just cancel.
We just quit
The show. Like, we're done.
The ultimate tease.
Anyway, thank you guys so much for joining us. Who wants to roll this week? I'll leave it up in the air.
I'll do it. I got pretty dice.
I was about to say she's got brand new pretty dice.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's worth it. It's worth it.
It's upside down though. I'm still pissed off. I gotta wait.
I know.
19. We rolled 19. Like.
Well, we went deep. We went pretty deep the past couple. Yeah, we got 11.
19 though.
I think we got no.
We had a nat 20 somewhere in there.
Yeah,
recently, right?
I think Copper rolled in at 20.
Make sure that you get your elf eggs in soon, because next week I think we're giving away those dice, right, JD?
We sure are. Yeah, absolutely. Spend them
on Strahd, right? Strahd's the 31st.
Well, I think we're because we go a full day after, so I think it's going to be ASD on the 1st.
The ASD,
yeah. So
tune in next week. Get your elf eggs in.
No, get your elf eggs in on Plastic Cougar on Thursday. And we may be on Sunday. We're still a little up in the air on when we're coming back on Strahd. So, anything else anybody wants to talk about?
We're gonna go raid Sharky the Villain. Primordial Mysteries Session 1.
Ooh, Session 1 getting in.
Zeradin TV.
Good to get in the beginning.
Right.
Fantastic.
That's all I have, really.
Anybody else? Anything interesting?
Jason and I have something planned. Coming soon.
Follow them on Twitter.
Oh yes, yeah. No, yeah, we have a Call of Cthulhu audio podcast, like actual play Call of Cthulhu 7th edition podcast that we've got coming out. Should be out hopefully some point in the next launch will be some point in the next 4 weeks, we'll say.
That seems reasonable.
Yeah. Just depending on where we go, and then it should be pretty consistent from there. But I'm excited for it. You know everything Adelaide brings to the table. It'll be should be really good.
Nothing. Big titties. That's got it.
So.
That's got it.
So if you like listening to a person with big titties but can't see them, by all means, come listen to this.
Listen, she's gonna be one of
come
4
listen
people.
to me on stream if you
I'm
like
with
to
the
talk to a
Canadian
person with big titties.
There's 4 other people I don't know that they don't all have.
That's valid. I can't argue that because I think I've seen only one of them, and it was on stream, so I've only seen from here up.
I'll get the duo cam set up next time, so it's fine.
What's nice though is because
bounce the dice off,
What I do appreciate about the audio format is that you can let your mind do what it will, right? So maybe Maybe
Maybe
everybody
JD
does have
has
large.
big
Maybe
titties.
I have big titties, right? Maybe they're out and about. Maybe they're just
The
hanging out.
anime
We're
physics
all in a
just
room
slightly
together.
waving
Can we
in the
leave?
wind.
Can we go?
We're just all in a room together. Yeah,
I would
just-
like to go.
Oh my
I would
god.
like to leave now.
I'm done with you guys.
Goodbye. Goodbye, everyone. Good night and good luck.
Take
See you
luck.
soon. In your dreams.
See you next week.
Yes.